Hello.
Hello.
How are you doing, Steph?
I am fine. How are you doing?
I'm doing okay.
All right.
I'm a little bit sleepy.
Okay. How's your mood?
Good, I guess. Maybe bad. Who knows? Alexithymia.
That's excellent. Great. Good point.
What this game?
What this game says Kiwi.
Also, hi, Steph.
And also hi, Steph.
Why am I able to hear Kiwi?
Yeah, they can talk now. Chat can talk to us.
Oh, good lord.
It's like, yeah, it is a good lord writing event, right?
I guess. I have AI alexithymia.
You have AI alexithymia?
Yeah,
What does that mean?
that was the joke.
You can't tell.
I'm not sure about my feelings about AI.
Well, okay, but it's still feelings based then, more than AI based. I guess it's both.
Yes.
What is Follows?
Fallows is the name of the game we're playing today.
That involves learning 100 languages.
It's a baker's dozen.
Thank you, Chakar, for subscribing for 13 months. Yes, it's a baker's dozen. I feel like isn't HarveyBot supposed to like react to the subscription? I don't know why that didn't work. That's weird. Let me make a note to myself to check that. Check why HarmonyBot didn't react to the.
Why is the baker's
subscription.
dozen one more than a non-baker's one?
Why is a baker's dozen one more than? I think it was a marketing thing, right? They did it so that
No.
you like, you know, this bakery you get one more, so you should shop here instead of shopping at your place. You're saying it's not that?
It's not that.
Why is it then?
Bread has actually been very tightly regulated historically because it's such an important foodstuff for people. And so a big form of government really was ensuring that people got enough bread and that their bread was fairly priced and not adulterated. And so bread has been incredibly tightly regulated, and you could get really severe penalties for trying to short someone from bread. So if your dozen didn't include supposedly enough bread, the fines and penalties could be really steep. So bakers got in the habit of just adding an extra just to make sure they would never be short.
How did they define short, by like mass or something like that?
Yeah. Wait, I think, yeah. That is mass, yes.
Well, it's technically different, but it's
Right.
at least in the era where medieval laws would apply, they're the same.
Right.
So yeah, so Kiwi asked, what is Phallus? It's and Steph said, help me learn over 100 languages. So Phallus is apparently a
My
language.
two favorite. You already know.
Apparently a language learning application.
Oh, okay.
Hey Nebu, hi Steph.
That's Bedrock Linux, by the way, is saying. I never
Oh, fantastic. Hello, Bedrock Linux.
I'm stretching for it.
Did somebody redeem stretch?
No, I'm just
You're just
stretchy.
freelance stretching?
I'm free stretch. Sometimes I give out freebies. What can I say? I'm a generous
Wow.
person.
Wow, this is an incredible channel.
Speaking of which, oh, Bedrock Linux reading stretch, so I got stretch again, I guess. What was I gonna say? Oh yeah, so the Duolingo CEO in an interview, they asked him, what do you do when you have to trade off between entertainment and educational efficiency? Or
Yeah.
and he said 100% of the time, always go for entertainment.
Interesting.
What voice am I now?
Oh, Chakra has. It's kind of like maybe a feminine or childlike voice.
Breathy. Yeah.
Yeah. You can re-roll voices now if you don't like the voice you got.
Oh, I see.
You click a button and then it gives you a random new voice. And Chakra redeemed first. Congratulations, Chakra. You blazing fast. That seems like a grammar problem. Your blazing fast arrival has secured you the coveted first redeem. Breaking the previous streak of Quirky Quacker with a shiny streak of 1. You're off to a fantastic start. Can you keep the momentum going and challenge Luigi's ultimate record of 5? Let's see if we can turn this into an epic streak.
Epic.
Yes, and his reading is like the most important thing is that they keep using the app. Like a mediocre education that you keep using is better than, you know, an excellent education that you don't use.
I think I'm generally on board with that. Obviously, it has to have some level of desirable difficulty, so I don't know if I'm 100%.
Yeah, it's also kind of a self-serving answer, right? Because then he can like,
of course,
make it like pure engagement and no educational value, and he says, well, that's on purpose, you know, it's part of the design.
Right. It's good for you.
Yeah.
And us, surprisingly. Yeah. I mean, mostly us, but also for you.
So I don't know how good this Phallus program is, and I guess that's part of what we're going to evaluate Steph, as the linguistics expert. You know, like 6 languages ish.
I mean, up to a B1 level, yeah.
I mean, B1's probably pretty good.
It's okay.
English. This is the language I already know. And then I choose other languages I already know, or. So English, that's one of them.
I guess you just hit confirm.
How about Francais?
Are you gonna put Francais?
Oh, this is like the language of,
oh, no, I think you only get
the
to
UI.
choose one. Yeah.
Okay, yeah, then I'm gonna choose English.
Yeah.
What language would you like to learn? La Lingvo Internacia? I've never heard of that. Is that like a COD language?
It's probably like Esperanto.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. Which is a COD language. Constructed language is what COD language stands for our viewers who might not be aware.
I'm learning Spanish now, so...
Want to do Spanish?
Let's do a little Spanish.
Well, so we should pick... Let's say we're 21. We should pick a language that we're kind of familiar with for the first one, so that we can tell if we're being bullshitted, right? Like, we pick a language we don't know at all, then and we learn stuff, and we're like, oh, you know, probably good. Whatever they're teaching us.
Tagalog.
Filipino should be Tagalog. Is there not a language called Filipino?
I thought hypomania was worse than mania because either confused myself hypo with hyper meaning more.
Yeah, hypo versus hyper is hard. But hypo is less.
Hypo is less?
Yeah.
What is this saying? Personal data... Sorry, go ahead while I read this.
You were asking about what they speak in the Philippines.
Yes.
Correct. They do not speak Filipino.
Is there such a language as Filipino?
No.
That would explain why they don't speak it.
Kamusta ka?
I don't know, is that Tagalog? Kamusta ka? Man, I gotta agree to a lot of stuff here. This is like the fourth or the third or the fourth screen I'm agreeing to. Select game type: gorilla jumping, flying bird, dragon, snake-like game, or gorilla runner. Select the level to play. Different levels has different items to learn. Press play to start. All right.
Oh, the English isn't good, so.
Bird level. Press button.
Probably gonna be great.
Press button 2 for the bird to move the wings.
Como estes?
I will give you a clue. Como estes? Is this supposed to be a clue to like what kamusta means? Because I didn't even realize.
No, I think he's making the words. I think it's whatever you read. I can't see the chat, so it's hard to follow what you guys are saying here.
Kamusta is what he originally wrote.
Right, but I think it's como está. how are you?
Yeah,
without a
is what
space
he
in
wrote
between.
afterwards.
Okay.
So like he wrote 4 lines. Line 1 says Tagalog. Line 2 says Kamusta ka. Third line says I will give you a clue. Fourth line says Como esta.
Same
And so I'm
thing,
saying,
different language.
I'm saying,
Oh, Spanish.
are you giving us a clue as to what Kamusta ka means? And the clue being it means Como esta. Because like when you say I'm giving you a
stop
clue,
having this conversation. Stop it. It's not gonna go
Your
well.
chat overlay is new.
my channel really is new. No, I'm just like what I'm getting. There's a point I'm trying to get at, which I haven't been able
Yes,
to because
it means how are you?
I'm trying to set up this background information first, like just establish first. Here's what was said. Now the point I'm trying to get is when someone gives you a hint, the implication is that there's a problem that you're trying to solve. But like it wasn't clear to me that I was trying to solve a problem, so that's why I'm like, what is this hint for? Like, what's the question that I'm trying to answer that I'm struggling with that the hint will help me with?
I think it's pronounced Tagala.
The language?
Yes.
Tagala?
Yes.
In English is pronounced Tagala?
I think so.
Okay. I ask that because sometimes like languages, the names of a language pronounced in English is different from the way the language is pronounced in that language.
I was learning
Like,
Portuguese and
sure.
I thought it would be easiest as a Spanish speaker because similarly in words using context clues I can get an idea of the word meaning.
Yeah, I think Steph talks about that trick a lot. Cognates is what she calls it.
Yep.
When words in different languages are similar because they share an ancestor, perhaps. Or they evolved to a
Right, like
similar
all the
lineage.
Roman
Press button to for the
languages,
bird.
like
What?
Spanish and French and.
Yeah.
Am I supposed to stop talking when it talks? How am I
Yeah,
supposed
that's
to
usually
react
what I
to
do. I usually stop talking when it talks.
The
Okay.
first sentence no makes sense.
So, let me get back to the
Yes.
instructions. The bird level, press button 2 for the bird to move the wings. If you do not press a button, the bird will fall down. Fly towards the emoji that matches the word. Avoid the emoji that do not match the word. Dragon level snake-like game. Press arrows, change the direction of the dragon.
2 is a button.
Dragon is moving. Collect the emoji that matches with the word. Avoid the walls and emojis that do not match the word. Gorilla level, move or jump the gorilla to move the emojis. Running gorilla can jump to other levels to collect or avoid emojis. So it's always, you're always either collecting or avoiding an emoji, it sounds like. And it's just variations
right,
on
I don't
that.
think they mean emoji necessarily, but the fact that the English is not very good makes me a little suspect about its ability to teach us other languages.
Hearts. If you make a mistake, you lose a heart. If you touch an enemy, you lose a heart. The word for you to match with the emoji. Oh, 2. Okay, so it's showing here 1 is your heart's down here, 2 the dog, and then it wants you to touch the dog emoji. 3 score levels have different scores needed to win and pass the next level. Your score is tracked here. Okay.
Is this a game that has gone through Google Translate?
We don't know how the game has gone.
We will
Was
see.
fire invented or discovered? Because fire existed but it was not naturally occurring unless forest fires was a thing we talked about those, but I think it was not on a Thursday.
I guess, I don't know, like, is there like a hard line between invented and discovered, or is it kind of fuzzy? I guess it's probably kind of fuzzy, the concepts.
Probably, yeah. I think
I don't think
invented,
you can invent fire.
right? Like I think discover is something that already exists that we then discover, whereas invent is something that doesn't exist that we then cause
Create.
to exist. Yeah.
Yeah, but there's like this, like I think where the debate comes up very often is mathematics, for example, right? Do you discover new mathematics, like do you discover calculus, or do you invent calculus?
Wheel was invented, for example. Steph saying exactly what I want to say.
Wheel was invented, for example. I mean, it's plausible that a wheel naturally existed somewhere in the world, right? And then like a circular rock and then someone discovered it. Like they said, hey, this, or like probably the first wheels were probably like logs that you would roll slate slabs on, maybe.
Yeah, it can. There's going to be edge cases in any definition, right?
Well, not every definition. So I guess that rule you just gave has edge cases, but
Yeah.
and so that was sort of my question. I was saying like, is this a rule that is fuzzy, or is it a rule that's like pretty concrete, like even or odd numbers? It's a pretty concrete like hard line distinction.
Which is 0?
Even.
What is infinity?
Not an
How
integer.
about like math?
So like when I said numbers, I meant integers. I guess like the definition of an even or an odd integer is pretty hard lined.
At Bedrock Linux.
And yeah, math was one of the examples we talked about where like
Hey
it's
Kiwi.
unclear if it's invented or discovered.
I hate this
What's
thing
up?
where we now get interrupted even more.
At Bedrock Linux, guess who's back?
All right, let's play. Let's start our level, I guess.
Welcome back.
Sure.
Wait, I can't. It's grayed out or something. Is it? Oh wait, no, it's okay. El perro, el gato, el gorilla, maybe? I think I can memorize that.
It's not a double L, so I think it's pronounced L then.
Gorilla?
I think maybe, yeah.
No comment.
Oh, key redeem purity test, rice purity test. This are you
Answer is no LOL for me at least.
are you familiar with the purity test, rice purity test, Steph?
No.
It's a list of 100 questions where they ask what quote unquote unpure actions to be done, which is mostly like sex actions, for
Oh,
example.
sure. I'm familiar with that from middle school. Yes. Sorry, I thought
And so the
something
redemption
more recent.
picks a random question. And so he redeemed it, and the question was, have you ever impregnated someone or been impregnated?
I have never impregnated anyone.
I don't think I have either, and I don't think I've ever been pregnant. There's there's a community.
Wait, is this pure or impure?
I don't know that the test specifies. There's a community that you like, Steph, the one about time travel and how you couldn't make a difference even if you went back in time because
Yeah.
you don't know anything. I forgot his name.
Yeah. Nate Bargatze.
But yeah, that's it. But he also made a joke about like how men don't know their own medical history. So
Sure.
they'll go to the doctor and they'll be like, like, has anyone in your family ever had Alzheimer's or like that? It's like, how the hell am I supposed to know that? How am I supposed to, like, at Thanksgiving dinner, I'll be like, all right, everybody get around. I need to update my medical records. Here has had Alzheimer's. And or the doctor phone will say, like, have you ever had surgery? And then so he'll turn to his wife, honey, have I ever had surgery?
Someone
Yeah,
discover
I wish
math
that
because
were
it's a
not
new
accurate.
concept to a species in this case us because invented implies it doesn't exist naturally or is naturally occurring, so the question becomes is math naturally occurring or man-made?
I wasn't able to follow that thing. Someone discovers math because it's a new concept to a species in this case. Us because invent implies it doesn't exist naturally or is naturally occurring. So you're saying they discover
the-
math?
Wait. Of having this read out to us if you then have to read it again.
Well, sometimes a lot of the messages are like quote unquote short, and so I am able to follow them. But that one was a bit too complicated for me to follow without rereading it. Rate this level? I mean, it was okay, I
What
guess.
do you use for the TDS if I may ask?
I used the browser-based TTS API. What is this? Pescado? I can't remember that, I think.
Pescado fish.
Yeah, because like pescatarian. I'm using cognates.
Yeah.
What am I at? Gorilla? Okay. Wait, oh, cat! Shit! I missed.
You're very bad at Spanish.
What's next? Cat.
I thought we were doing the bird thing. Like, how come there's no bird?
Hello AI, hello Harmony, are you there? Please come back, lol.
No, we, like it said there's like 4 mini games.
Okay.
And then
But the first one was bird, right?
the first one they described was bird. That doesn't mean necessarily that the first one that you're gonna do is bird.
But it said there was also like a snake-like game and 2 gorilla ones. Which one
Yeah,
is
this
this?
is- this is the gorilla
snake-like
one.
Game, the bird one?
This is the gorilla one,
No,
obviously.
like we're not acting like a gorilla.
No, but you
It has
are a
the
gorilla.
word gorilla in it. But
Yeah, so that's so
you're a
clearly.
gorilla?
I mean, it's a primate. I don't know if it's actually a gorilla. Like, I have a hard time. If you look at the what's the
We're supposed to be a gorilla. Gorillas are black. Like, there's a picture of a gorilla falling.
yeah, but I don't know that all gorillas are black. Just like I don't know that all fishes are this blue color and all birds are like this gray color, right?
Yeah, they're all black, and sometimes they get silver when they're older and male. That's it. There's
This-
no other color.
This one's actually I'm struggling because I don't have a cognate for pajaro. So I'm like, whenever I see that word, I have to by elimination. I say, well, it's not pescado, it's not gorilla, so it must be the other one.
I think it's pájaro.
What? Pajaro?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, we're doing 5 now, even? Pajaro.
Like with the little accent over the E, like it's a little bird wing
Yeah, but I can't say like every time you see an accent in the word that means bird.
over the. It doesn't, but it does in this case.
Yeah, but it's. I feel like that's too short term. Is it not gonna like
Over the
extend?
over the A. Okay.
I don't know. Like you're the. What's the word? Pedagogical expert. Is it gonna extend?
I just want to get it correct for now, so that every time I see the word, I'm making this association of like, oh right, that's the bird. Oh right, that's the bird. Oh right. And it will be easier than doing it through process of elimination.
Do you
'Cause
have
I'll
a
actually
minor
be
degree
looking
or
at the
just a
word.
major? Just wondering, what are you other paths or were your alternative options?
What was it? Do you have a minor degree? Are you asking me or are you asking Steph? I don't think I have a minor. Steph, do I have a minor?
You do not.
All right. What about you? Didn't you have a minor in poetry or English or something like that?
I was a double major.
How? Okay, explain the U.S. academic system to us.
So to do a major, you have to do a certain number of classes or other requirements. In my school, you had to do 9 classes in your major. We took 8 classes a year. I took extra ones, but whatever. Generally, 8 or 9 classes a year. And so you get 32 up to 36 if you're counting the little winter ones, and 9 of them have to be in your subject in order for it to be a major. Plus, you have to do some sort of capstone project, a thesis if it's an honors, and something else if it's not. So I did 9 classes, probably more in English, plus a capstone project, and 9 classes, probably more in psychology, plus a thesis because it was an honors degree. To get a minor, you have to do 5.
I don't think I did any capstone project or thesis or anything like that.
Sure. I went to a very fancy school. You went to a Canadian school.
I think my school is considered one of the better ones in
I know
Canada.
it is. But nobody's heard of it in the United States, so I can confidently tease you.
I thought people have heard of it because it's like a famous Canadian one.
It's famous in Canada. It is not particularly famous in America. I would be surprised if half of your listeners had heard of it.
What is a cabra? Is that a goat?
Um, I don't know. A camel?
I mean, the icon looks like a goat.
Does it look like a goat? Okay. I mean, there's the chupacabra, right?
Yeah, which is, I thought was
which
a
is like
fictional
a-
monster.
Yeah, but I think it's like a goat-ish monster. So,
Okay.
sure.
It's not like, what was the thing you said? The sheep? A sheepish monster? Because he was like
I don't think
embarrassed
so. I
for
think,
going
yeah, it
to
must be a goat.
a Canadian
goat. Okay.
university.
Right, right.
He's being all sheepish. Pero that's dog. I mean, this is like one of the steps in learning a language, right? Is building vocabulary, I guess.
Yep.
It doesn't look like the game teaches you grammar or anything like that, though.
Not yet.
Or ever. But look, you're a B1, I'm a G6. That means I'm better, right?
Congratulations. I don't.
These
I don't
are all the
know.
words I've seen before, I think, yes.
Wait, you know Lavaca?
Yeah, we saw that one earlier, I think.
Okay, awesome. I wasn't paying a lot of attention.
I became more fancy when I discovered you can jump to, like, get a word early.
Yeah. I think you can also jump to avoid enemies.
I'll do a little dance here. I'm waiting for the words to show up. So I mean, if they're just teaching vocabulary, like especially if they're teaching like names of animals, then probably it's gonna be accurate, right? Like it's hard for Google Translate to get this wrong in a sense.
Yeah, I mean, it might use words that we don't use that aren't commonly used, right? Like you could imagine that the English word for dog, or like if you're pretending to learn English through this game, that it uses the word canine or something like that.
Yeah.
But
Just not what a native speaker would typically say in the context
right,
where they want to say the word dog.
right.
What is this one? Oh, that's a horse. Caballo?
Caballo,
Caballo?
caballo.
Man, the horse emoji looks kind of like the goat emoji, so it's gonna be tricky. Look at that. See, they're almost the
I have
same.
faith. I have faith in your ability to differentiate
One situation where they
supposed emojis.
oops. One situation where they might get it wrong is wait, Cabra? Oh, I was thinking Caballo.
No, that's goat.
Which Cabra? The goat? Yeah. Well, they look the same and they spell the same. What the heck? One situation where they might look the same, or sorry, where Google might make a mistake. Google Translate is if they're homonyms, right? Like
Right.
a word. I can't think of an example of an animal. Or maybe like fish, like fishing for compliments, and like the animal fish, and then
Sure.
it gets confused, and then and then so it says. So the author says, how do you say fish in French? And then it gives you the word for complimenting someone, for example.
Right. Or like perro in Spanish, Perro is dog. Pero is the word butt, B-U-T.
Dog butt.
And technically one is rolled and one isn't, but I can't roll my R's. I think.
There was a TikTok. I know how much you love learning linguistics from TikTok.
Yeah.
There's a TikTok about it's called, is it called a stitch or a duet? I guess it's called a stitch. A stitch is when you take someone else's video and then you append like something afterwards, like to reply or comment on the video you just saw, basically.
I think so, yeah.
So they stitched someone else, like I guess it's a non-native English speaker teaching English, giving English lessons.
Okay.
And they were basically saying like, how do you say things? How do you sound like a native English speaker who speaks quickly and slurs their words a little bit? Like, I don't know, and I don't know. Like, so seriously, how do you say like, I don't know? And the way they transcribed it, I was very right. The way they transcribed it, like it had an R in it, like I don't know or something like that within the caption.
Oh.
And then, nice. And so the stitcher, the replier was like, why did they put an R there? And then they showed the video of the person saying, here's how you say it. I don't know. And then they said like, this actually makes sense because in many native languages, like what the English person, when you're saying like it quickly, you're doing, and then they use a term, and I don't remember the term, so I might get it wrong, but I'm gonna say like rhotic R or something like that.
Oh yeah.
Which is not like when an English speaker sees a letter R, they don't think of this sound, but this is the sound you're making when you say I don't know quickly, and then and
it's basically like a D.
Yeah. And so they're saying this like actually does help the non-native speaker learn to say English correctly. Like, so basically he's defending, I guess maybe because the teacher got a lot of slack, people were making fun of them saying, well, there's no R and I don't know, like what are you, this person is an idiot, and then they were defending them.
The teacher wasn't being cut slack. Does slack now mean shit?
No, I guess not. Maybe I got it wrong. I got the inverted the idiom.
Okay. I was like, damn it, TikTok is moving too fast for me. I did try to watch the videos that you sent, but I couldn't. It wouldn't open them.
That's strange. I'm okay. I mean, I believe you, but I'm just still surprised. There though is pig, I guess.
Correct.
Because I'm pretty sure. Maybe there's
I don't know. Maybe I can open like one of them a month or something. I don't know.
Yeah, or maybe it's doing some weird cookie thing. Because like I feel like I can watch it when I'm not logged in, but maybe like I'm secretly logged in, but with cookies, but they pretend I'm not logged in, and then but they do know who I am. It just actually
constantly prompts me to download it, and I can't I can't get around that screen.
Okay.
I'm not going to download TikTok. I'm not doing it.
Not even to learn some linguistics?
Not even.
Why do I gotta rate the level each time after each level?
How long do you learn animals on this game? And I'm using game loosely.
Until you learn them, I guess.
Or like, is this it? Is it just learning animals?
Maybe. Who knows, right?
Okay.
There was apparently a study of was it in Boston? I don't remember. Where they had like contract teachers. If I was horse, maybe? Yes, it is. Okay. Where they had contract teachers who had a lot of experience versus contract teachers who scored well on aptitude tests or I guess, or...
And, but then it didn't replicate.
It didn't? What? So the idea was like, they were trying to see like, is it more important, like who teaches students better, right? Teachers who score, like inexperienced teachers who score very well on these tests, or teachers with a lot of teaching experience. And the quote unquote recent finding that I was aware of is that the experienced teachers teach better. They tried using new like younger inexperienced teachers, but who scored very well, and the students performed worse on standardized tests and so on.
Right. I think the Boston one is the old research, and the new research was in Latin America somewhere.
Could be.
Am I remembering that wrong? Okay. I thought you were going to talk about the old research.
No,
That said that IQ was more important.
I saw it very briefly, like in a tweet, basically, and then so I'm making a little discussion topic out of it.
Gotcha.
Boyo.
Boyo.
I already forgot what caballo
Are
is.
you-
A horse? Yeah, I think it's a horse.
Yeah. Are you enjoying this?
Why not? It's as good as any other game I've ever played, right?
All right. That's amazing.
What would you? Are you enjoying this?
I am trying to walk on the treadmill at the same time, and normally I like to do something that is diverting and distracting while I do that to distract me from the effort. Let's just say this is not distracting me.
How can I distract you better?
I don't know. Can we do a different game or a different language or anything different?
Probably. If you just ask me to do it, I could do it. There's snake, right? That's the other. This is a snake? That's a weird looking snake.
It's as good as their gorilla one. See, look, they're literally like when you pick which one you want, the gorilla looks like a gorilla.
What am I doing? Oh, fish.
This is the same game.
It's not the same game. This one's snake.
How is this different?
The other one was gorilla. This one's snake. Everybody knows the difference between
How is-
those.
In what way is it like the snake game?
Because you're
Other than
you eat. You're a
it's
snake.
a snake.
You're a snake, and you eat the things, and you grow longer. Better Rock links redeem. Ask me something technical. Oh shit.
No.
Beth and Sam are 500 miles apart. If Beth travels, oops, I wasn't even looking. I ate the right thing. If Beth travels 60 miles per hour and leaves her house at 1 p.m., what time would she arrive at Sam's house? Okay, that's a horse, right? I think.
Yeah. Caballo.
Caballo. I mean, it's just like, so you take 500 miles, you divide by 60, and I don't want to do the math. But and that's how many hours it's going to take, right?
So
Like if you-
roughly 8.5.
If you have a distance and you have a speed, like it's 500 miles and it's 60 miles per hour, so that means
LUL.
60 divided, 500 divided by 60 is the is how many hours? Because you're saying, like, it's what's the word? Unit analysis. You're just looking at the labels on the units, right? Of 500 miles. Like, you don't even have to understand the words too much. I don't know. I guess I'm not expressing the strategy too well because I'm not getting any like affirmative noises from Steph.
No, I did the math for you. I was like, it's like roughly 8.5, right?
Yeah, but I'm not asking. I'm not commenting on the answer of the question. I'm commenting on the strategy for getting the answer.
You're making the Richard Feynman argument of like, just make sure the units all work out.
Was that a Feynman idea? I didn't know that.
I think so. Maybe
It's possible
so.
that it was. I thought it was just like
yeah.
it was quote unquote so obvious. Once someone
Right.
told it to me, it was so obvious that surely some like ancient Greek person figured it out or something.
Yeah, probably. Maybe he's famous for talking about it in one of his many lectures.
Yeah. Where am I?
How do you
doing,
keep finding games that are worse?
I don't know that they're like. So there's many things going on with this question, right? And I think you might be doing a neurotypical thing where you're not always using terms literally. Oh, that's not a cat. Gosh darn it. So, but one of the things is, I feel like you, maybe because you have inexperience with games, your conception of what is the worst possible game is naive. I remember when we played, what's it called, the Flying Dutchman or something like that, and you're like, this is the worst game ever. And I'm like, this is not the worst game ever. You know, like, you can be way, way worse in this game. And you're like, how? And I was telling you, like, oh, you know, if you crash all the time, and you were like, you argued with something like, oh, but that's not a game.
Yeah, exactly. That game worked as advertised as an actual game, and was the worst. Except some of you found worse ones.
That's what I'm saying. Like, I think you're just being naive about like how bad games can get.
I'm sure.
El Cocodrilo?
Dunning-Kruger, right? Cocodrilo.
Is this related to Dunning-Kruger? I'm not aware of. I don't see the association.
Oh, I'm like super sure of my opinion that it's the worst game ever because I have limited expertise.
Yeah.
So I'm the one doing the Dunning-Kruger. Being the Dunning-Kruger subject.
Yeah. But like, I don't think this game is that bad. Like, but I guess to be fair, I didn't think Flying Dutchman was that bad. It's just like it was yeah, you know, not the greatest, but it was fine.
Right, but you have Alexithymia, so that's not really fair.
True.
So the first people to learn speak English or the early stages of English all spoke Latin, since English is derived from Latin, but there was also Old English, Middle English, I assumed somewhere in England first.
So English was
actually
Anglo-Saxon, right?
Latin, yeah. English is a Germanic language. It's not a Romance language. We have borrowed a large number of loan words from Romance languages, not usually from Latin directly, although we have borrowed a lot of Latin roots. But English was Germanic, and it was related to the language of the Anglo-Saxons, the Jutes,
I've never heard of
the
the
Angles
Jutes.
and the Saxons were separate, and no one's ever heard, like, no one, there's
Old
not a lot
English
left of
came
the
first,
Jutes,
I
except...
assume, then Middle English, I assume there were others too.
Well, Old English did come before Middle English. So,
yeah,
because as per the names.
Right.
But it's not like the causation's in the opposite direction, right? It's not like first, like there's Old English and then there's Middle English, you know, because something happened. It's like there were these languages and we call the older one Old English. We call the less old one Middle English. Like we name them that way because
the
of
one that's more readable to us. We have a much easier time reading Middle English than we do Old English because it's closer to what we currently read.
But I feel like we touched on this a little bit on when we talked about the alphabet, the history of the...
Yeah.
So like
We
English...
do talk about linguistic topics.
English was... Well, I mentioned that because like that was a Bedrock Linux topic. He was the one who asked about the English alphabet. English was originally spoken by the Anglo-Saxons, I guess. I don't know if there's an earlier... I don't know about these Jutes, for example, so I don't know if there's an earlier root than the Anglo-Saxons.
There were a variety of tribes, the Celts, the Angles, the Saxons, the Jutes, etc. And they spoke a related language that they all spoke different dialects or languages that in this language family. And what was left of that eventually became English.
Yeah, and one thing, like, there's a lot of things where, like, when you read these isolated facts in history books or articles or something like that, like, you don't have the right intuition of what's going on because you're lacking context. The article just doesn't tell you. And so one of the things is like when they say the Anglo-Saxons spoke English, they weren't using the Latin alphabet when they were they were using like a Viking runic alphabet. It was still English, like, you know, like in the sense that the syllables that the other our English, although it'd be probably hard to
Right, but, like,
recognize relative to today's English.
PH was a rune called Thorn that looked like an upside down V.
I think it was the day I asked about what was spoken before language existed. I think I mentioned, for example, grunts and motion gestures and signals, so language existed even before Latin, but it was more non-verbal. Just interesting to think about.
Yeah, Latin is definitely not the oldest language. So there was like quote unquote real
Many
languages before Latin.
Lots
You know,
of
like there's
them.
lots of stuff between grunts and gestures and Latin. Like there, one of them is Pi. Was I forget, something Indic European. What does the P stand for? Pseudo? No.
No. Oh my goodness. What does it stand for?
Proto-Indic European
Thank you. Yes.
is one of the older languages, I think.
It's an old language family, right? We don't have existing examples of all of the languages or of many of them as it was spoken because it wasn't written down or recorded.
They didn't have
So mostly what they do
iPods
is
to record their-
they do like linguistic forensic anthropology. You look at languages now and see if they're more related than statistical chance would suggest. So like in almost every language, except weirdly English, or in a lot of languages, the word for I starts with N or M. And that's like many more than would be suggested by chance. And so they're able to trace those types of similarities that like, oh wow, a lot of first person singular pronouns started with the same sound. Probably those languages were related, and they can reconstruct them backwards doing that. And one of the things they can reconstruct is this language family that was spoken in sort of where Europe and Asia meet.
Do you
But,
think
like,
there is a
there's
community
tons
preserving
of-
or trying to preserve Latin because Duolingo, for example, and other sites have sources for this, but even if it's not practical, I assume it's just for the sake of understanding and preservation.
Well, that's a great question.
Guessing the crocodile
so
was
Latin-
behind chat was wild.
The Latin is a dead language. It actually can't be preserved. There are no native speakers, so we don't actually know how it was pronounced. And all conversations are between people who are learning it from dead sources. So Latin actually can't be preserved as a living language anymore. Obviously, lots of people still learn it,
Interesting.
but it is not a spoken language. That makes it different from rare languages like Navajo and Hawaiian, where there still are native speakers, or people who have learned from native speakers, and sort of know how it's supposed to be pronounced and things like that. It puts Latin almost more in a category like conlangs, that's what you called them?
Yeah.
Except that it wasn't constructed.
Well, the thing is,
But
like,
that would be like Klingon or
yeah.
Esperanto.
Welcome in, by the way, Luigi. Luigi was that other voice that you heard there.
There are lots of Latin written sources, so we know lots of things about the grammar. But
there's lots of spectrum stuff going on.
Keep guessing, foo.
Yeah, that's Luigi. He rewrote his voice. There's a lot of soft edge case comments being made there. One of which is conlang itself, right? Which because like in every language is constructed, right? Like in
right.
okay, but
But constructed in the sense of there's nobody who would be a native speaker of that.
Trying to speak it right today because due to the disconnect of time and lost preservation.
Yeah, probably. Latin, it seems to be pretty phonetically regular, so they might be able to understand it, but I think they would find it really odd. Sort of like the way I am experiencing the voices that are being spoken now. If you remember,
Would any
if you imagine
languages of
what
today
like
be able to die? considering ease of access to recordings.
Yes, actually, languages go extinct at a really horrific rate. There are a lot of indigenous languages that disappear every year when all the native speakers and even secondary speakers, meaning people who learned it as a second language or third language from a native speaker, they all die and there's nobody left. And you might have like samples of it, but a lot of times nobody had time to preserve it, or there were so few native speakers when they decided to try and preserve it, there just wasn't enough time to get a ton of samples, or there was only one speaker left, so you couldn't hear them having a conversation, or there was only like women left and men actually speak a slightly different version of the language using different pronouns or action verbs or whatever. So actually languages go extinct all the time.
Yeah, the other.
This was funny to me just the way I read it. Arabic is not a Latin language, but a Semitic language that has its own root and alphabet. The word Arabic itself comes from Latin, which borrowed it from Greek, which in turn derived it from Arabic.
There's other the other spectrum thing besides calling language is when Steph talked about the distinction between preserving a living language versus a dead language that cannot be preserved. I think that's also a spectrum because like when you get down to like one speaker, there's always the possibility that that speaker is like idiosyncratic in some way, right? And that's not really how
Exactly.
most people spoke the language. And this
Right.
one guy is just
Languages are
weirder.
there for this game.
What language? Well, should we switch languages?
Sure.
So English, apparently you can learn English probably, I think. And Spanish
Oh, it
is
suddenly had a color.
it's been having colors for a while now.
Amazing. I'm paying zero attention to the
Yeah.
quote-unquote game.
I can tell.
Yeah.
What do we want to learn?
Whatever you like. I don't care.
How about
Try
Japanese?
German.
German? I don't even know how to say
Sounds
German
good.
in German. Dutch? No, that's Deutsch. How do you say
Deutsch.
German in German? Because they wrote
Deutsch.
the name
Do you
in.
think
Oh, here it
English will
is.
still survive, for example, in 1,000,000 years, assuming we still exist? It's a common language. I assume it will, but other less common, more niche language to their culture and or country of origin may not have the same faith. You said it right.
I think it's ill-advised to extrapolate what languages will be like in 1,000,000 years because I don't know that language has been around for 1,000,000 years. So you're
Right, like we
ex-
can't even understand Old English. Like most of us can't read Beowulf, and that's like
you're
considered one
right.
of the more accessible versions of it, and that's like 1,000 years. So if you're talking 1,000,000 years, who even knows how humans will be communicating, but it will not be something we understand, given the
This-
rate of what's called language drift.
This is very interesting. It doesn't reset your level. Like if you got to level 21 on Spanish, you're still on level 21 when you do German. So you're like, okay, good luck, buddy.
Congratulations!
Good luck, buddy. Oh, I can go back. Hey, wait,
Oh,
there's
I
also
see.
Y. There's G and there's Y and there's O. And
Good.
F.
Fantastic.
Der Hund, die Katze, der Gorilla.
I like that you're pronouncing it in French.
That's weird. It has the pronoun.
Der Hund. Die Katz.
Oh, we're back at gorilla. Cats is probably cat, I guess. Yeah, but like the
Actually
thing,
pronounced D.
but what was I gonna say? There's a possibility that English might be pretty well preserved in one sense, or like preserved in the sense of surviving, rather, not in the sense of like avoiding drift, like as opposed to like Latin, which is like completely gone,
Right.
because there's so much written communication and interest in archival like they're historians are like, oh, it's important, and librarians, it's important that we save all these records. And if that cultural value persists for a million years, then very likely, we will continue to have documents for billions of years.
I don't know. We don't have. I mean, there's been lots of things that have had a huge amount of influence, and a lot of examples of preservation that still don't get preserved. So, a million years is a really long time. I highly doubt anybody's going to be able to read our Blu-rays in a million years.
Well, I don't know about Blu-ray specific, but like there's like decentralized storage
Society only
projects.
existed for some like 12k years.
Yeah, this
Right,
is also.
but there was,
Let's not get
lots
ahead
of
ourselves
examples.
and assume we survived that long XD. What are some specific classes school education for mastery in this? There is linguistics, right? Is that like overall all languages, specific language, or just the basis of languages throughout time history? Because language is very interesting.
Yeah, basically linguistics classes.
Steph, how are you able to keep up with what the TTS is saying? I find it very difficult
I
for
can
some
hear
reason.
it. I am having a hard time. Like, if you'd asked me to repeat all of that, I would have a hard time because the pauses were odd. But it
Yeah.
sounded like it said, what do you do with this?
Can
Do you
you
do
add a delay?
linguistics or do you do classes in the specific language or what? Because I find this very interesting. Is sort of what it sounded like.
With ears?
I guess maybe it's like I have too much cognitive split between the game, because even you,
Right,
Steph,
you're
you
also
saying
trying to
it
quote, unquote,
again,
play the game. Yeah.
you saying it, I'm already like I lost what you were saying, like,
Right.
and
Yeah.
and so I don't have the excuse
I
of like an
tried to
AI.
stop, quote unquote, paying
Is
attention to
there
the
a
game.
master's
So
in linguistics?
there is, yes.
There's
You can
probably
get a PhD in linguistics.
yeah, there's probably a master's for every academic
That
pursuit.
reminds me of my parents being unable to understand my New Zealandese teacher while I understand him perfectly with no issues.
Yeah.
In English. Master's higher than PhD, or is PhD higher?
PhD is higher.
PhD is higher.
For understanding specific teachers, like when you talk about Zealandese teachers, a lot of it is familiarity also.
Right.
I remember I took a university class in mathematics, and it was a Chinese professor, and he had a very thick Chinese accent.
Laureate Master's PhD. It's linear.
And he said, like, at the first class, he said, you're going to struggle to understand my accent, but by the end of the semester, you'll understand it. And he was right. Like, just after a while, you get used to it.
Semester.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it's true.
They say, like, if you're watching a movie and the accent is hard for you, you should watch the first 15 minutes, stop it, and then watch the first 15 minutes again. And because you have so much more context and sort of know what's going to happen, the accent becomes much more comprehensible and your brain gets used to it, and then you can watch the whole rest of the movie. So he should have just delivered his lectures twice, the first one, and not made you wait till the end of the semester.
There's a kind of popular practice nowadays of lectures being recorded by video, and then
Yeah.
but some teachers don't like that because they say students pay less attention and or something, and so they don't retain it as well or
I
something.
asked good how many
They
years
pay
for
less
PhD
attention,
in
they're-
linguistics. It said 5 years. That seems very short. Also, if one gets the highest level PhD, what are some possible career paths with that? Google asterisk.
So we'll come back to that. What were we just talking about?
The teachers who don't like it when their lectures are recorded.
Right, because students pay a lot less attention, they're less likely to take notes or to engage, and they often don't come to class anymore. or if they do, they just kind of multitask during it because they think they're going to watch the lecture later,
Like what I'm
which
doing
they
right
don't
now.
ever. Right. So a linguistics PhD, most PhD programs take 4 to 6 years, depending on the subject. So 5 years is pretty common. Once you become a linguistics PhD, probably you're going to work in the field of linguistics. You will do research or teaching or something like that in the area of linguistics. And it might be related to a specific language or language family. It might be that sort of forensic linguistics that we were talking about, sort of tracing relationships between old languages. It might be preserving languages, like you could be sort of an anthropologist with a strong interest, like a linguistics double background, where you go to New Guinea and try and learn one of their languages from, they have 8,000 on that island. You could create a new language. You could be hired by like a science fiction person who wants an authentic sounding language kind of thing, and you kind of create it. That sort of thing. You could probably go work for Duolingo.
Earlier, I think one of the things Bedrock Next asked was, can you add the delay? And I think it was in response to we were saying like it's tough to parse.
5 years is very possible. I mean, lawyers, even psychologists are double that, I assumed, but of course those are more competitive and often pay more, I assume.
And I think like the strategy there is to wait until we finish talking about one topic before you start a new topic, right? Like that's going to make it easier for us to.
I think your idea that people should just wait, which you're constantly telling me whenever you introduce some new thing like this, or when we are having a communication lag, like the idea that
yeah, but thanks for answering.
that turn taking happens really discreetly in conversations is just not very practical. Like it's just not how conversations work. So, like, I just think you're going to be frustrated by that kind of recommendation.
So how does conversation work?
So, surprisingly, people spend most of their time interrupting each other, finishing each other's sentences. Like I trail off. My sentences are not grammatically correct in the way they would be if I wrote them down. I'm waiting for you right now. Like it's odd to me that you're not giving me any nonverbals in the middle of my sentences.
Okay, yeah, this is I think something I experienced also, where I do want more nonverbals from you.
In a bad or negative tone. I am just asking question as an uneducated, curious person.
Yeah, I don't know what you said that could even be interpreted as a bad or negative tone.
Yeah, I don't think anybody thought it all sounds like cool questions.
But
I think it's a little frustrating that Neb constantly introduces things that make these delays. But I'm not frustrated by the questions at all. I think they're interesting.
That I'm introducing the delays, or that I'm introducing the change in stream behavior, like text to speech.
Changes in stream behavior.
Yeah. Because I don't think I'm introducing delays, I don't know what you mean by that necessarily.
Sorry. What I meant was whatever the category of thing is, where, where you would sometimes have songs or stuff like that play when people raid the stream or whatever, and I couldn't hear them, and you'd be like, "Oh, you just need to stop talking now," or like last time when we had the delay. Or when we have these voices now, all those, whatever that category of stuff is. That adds a new challenge, a new level.
Yeah, I'm trying to do a mental model, because to me these are like completely unrelated things. And so when but in your mind you're grouping them all together. So I'm trying to,
things that make the stream more difficult for me.
Yeah, I'm trying to create that mental category, because that could be anything, right?
But, yeah, it is. You're welcome.
which is why it's hard. Like if I use that as a label, it's hard for me to reason about it and like make, for example, predictions about what in the future will make the stream more difficult for you.
Sure.
What the heck is
That's why I was
Dika?
using
Is that a
delays.
cow?
I think it is.
There we go.
It often requires me to delay in a way that's not very natural. So I think that's why I was using the word delay, is because it often involves an artificial delay on my part that you feel like I should just be able to easily do.
Although I feel like it's not. I was gonna say not artificial, but that's not the right way to phrase it. Because like you have to. Well, you don't have to, but like I guess there's an intention, an expectation for you to delay if I'm speaking, for example, right? Like that's just normal how people normally talk. I feel like it's not explicit turn taking, but there is some, like if one person's talking, you usually know to like wait until they finish talking before you start talking.
Right. Well, you don't usually wait till the very end, but yeah.
And like
there's more turn taking.
And you don't have to wait to the very end of the TTS either necessarily. Like it's, so that doesn't seem to be the right.
Because I can't hear myself.
But you it seems like you could not hear yourself if I were speaking to you at the same time either, right? Or is there some sort of
I think because it's more familiar, it is easier for my brain. Like the brain works by making predictions and then only giving me the data that was incorrect, that I didn't cancel out. So if I think I know what you're going to say and it matches pretty well to that, my brain doesn't pay a lot of attention to it. So it's actually easier to cancel out. In the case of these sounds I can't hear, or voices that are computer generated that don't sound very realistic, or dialogue in a game that you're reading out loud that I can't see, or I'm not looking at the screen, like all those things actually really are harder for my brain to quote unquote cancel out.
Okay, but I feel like these maybe are, when I say they're completely unrelated, they're distinct enough that I think the solution for addressing each one is going to be different. I mean,
stop introducing them. That's the solution.
No, I mean, so, like for example, playing a new game is something that it seems like you don't like necessarily. But I mean, if I want to accommodate that as okay, so we would have to pick a game that we would just play forever, like one game, or
I don't think that's true that I dislike playing a new game. There are lots of games that you choose that I don't like, but I don't think the novelty of it is usually the concern.
Well, I think you did explicitly call out you didn't like it when we keep switching games all the time.
Right, when we're like enjoying a game and then you switch it. Like when it's like, oh, you finally found one that I like, and then you're like, and next week we're playing more Flahugelhorn or whatever the hell this game is called.
Well, the thing is, I don't know ahead of time whether or not you're gonna like a game, right? So, and even
right, but then you can ask me afterwards.
No, I do.
Hey, should we play
I
that
ask
one
you at the
next
end,
time?
and you don't know, or you don't want to answer. You there's, I think there's like maybe this thing where you say you feel uncomfortable saying when you didn't like a game or something like that. Like,
Oh, I do on stream, yes, because I have no idea. Like you're constantly telling me you have to review these, and that like they're part of some sort of review queue, and you're doing it for someone else or something. And I'm like, I don't want to, like.
No, but like even when I'll message you on Facebook afterwards, and like, so should we play this next time? And you're like, yeah, like you don't even say yes or no. You say something like, and then
I don't like a lot of like many of these games I'm not that into, and so sometimes it's like, well, that game was a C, but you do tend to pick a lot of B- games, so a lot of like D-, F. This is an F game for me. So like, should I stick with the C because it's better? So, like, I don't always know what to do in that situation.
Right.
Like to me, I would play 1 minute of this and be like, nope, and move on to the next thing. So I don't know how to navigate that situation. That's correct. But there are lots of games that I do like.
All right. Well, as I guess I'll give you this new piece of information, which is usually
Okay.
I try to give at least 1 hour per game as like to be fair to the game in a sense, to give it a chance, right?
Okay.
And we are at the 1 hour mark, so we
Fantastic.
can so we can switch on our game here if you want.
That would be great.
But like a lot of it
You
is,
have Flying Dutchman?
I probably can install it, but I don't know if it'll run well.
I'm kidding.
We're about to be rated, by the way.
Thanks for the raid, Exyneth. How did your stream of Final Fantasy VIII Part 9 go? I'm curious. Are you using any specific strategies to level up your junctions? Or do you prefer to stick to the classic battle tactics?
Zenith, thank you so much for the raid. Oh gosh. So, Zenith, I can say Zenith because I was about to copy the pronunciation of DTS. Zenith, thank you so much for the raid. How is Final Fantasy VIII?
You got TXT to speech?
I do got TXT to speech. And Steph is extremely excited about it. She's a big fan.
Nice.
It's inaccurate.
Let me find one of your top clips to play here. I think we saw the Iron Mask one. Party Time. Did we see Party Time? I don't remember if we've seen Party Time.
I liked how it said noise.
You have like a British girl voice. What the heck? Let's watch this one. Was this close? I don't think we've seen this one.
Great Rune is not down there. What? Where am I going? Oh, I'm supposed to be going up?
You've seen almost all of them.
Oh, there's an elevator. There's an elevator I'm trying to get to then. Right
Yeah,
there.
because you raid me so often, Zenith. So I end up watching all your clips. Which I appreciate, by the way, so thank you for that. Uh-oh. Oh, you made...
no!
Oh, no! Oh!
So I guess I gotta stop rating. Haha, JK.
We're just about to switch games. I don't know which game we're about to switch to yet, so I'm still figuring that out. But welcome in, Raiders.
That was a great clip.
Yeah. We're also debating... Is it debating or discussing? I don't know what the right word is. About, like, the nature of interruptions on streams, I guess, and how to handle them. Some of them I like. So I was saying there's
So perfect timing.
there's some of it is unavoidable. I think. Well, I guess it's not literally unavoidable, but there is like norms, community norms, especially like, you know, on Twitch or and I think one of them is if someone raids you or even just someone enters chat for the first time, it's polite or it feels good, you know, to welcome them in, that type of thing.
I mean, you say unavoidable. And I think it's reasonable to understand my perspective, which is this is not necessarily my subculture, so I don't necessarily know these norms or feel beholden to them. So I'm sort of doing it, I guess, because you expect
You
it.
don't need to tell me what chat overlay you are using. I love
but,
that it has
like,
the photos.
that's not particularly motivating to me.
Right. Yeah, I accept that. So I am trying to do a balance between, like, you know, different
Yep,
stakeholders, I guess.
absolutely.
See, if you were saying what is chat, this is actually custom made. I made this overlay, so unfortunately, it's not going to be easy for me to make it general. If you specifically want it, I can try to help set up for you, but like you need to know a little bit of coding or programming knowledge, I think, to make good use of it.
Where did you get the voices from?
These are apparently built into Windows.
Oh wow.
Yeah,
Why would they have British Baby?
they have, I guess, for variety, like to.
Yeah.
So apparently
Like
there's
how you can get your Garmin in the voice of Snoop Dogg.
Yeah, I guess so. Apparently this, I'm running Windows 10 right now on this computer, and it has.
I got my BS in applied mathematics, which part of that I had to take a shit ton of computer science programming classes.
Okay, perfect. So I'll Discord me, and then I'll show you what I got, and then you can like mess around with it and try to get it to work on your system as well. I'm using Windows 10, and this one has 16 voices, but I also tried the same overlay
What?
on the Windows 11, and that one had like 50 voices or something like that. So apparently they're adding more voices in Windows 11. I don't know when or if I'm going to upgrade this computer to Windows 11 though. So I don't know when we're going to get the 50 voices.
Goodness, what are they for? Like, is it for?
I mean,
for people who want their stuff read aloud.
I think the primary use case is vision impaired people. So when you use your just to be logged into the computer, for example, you need to know, is my cursor on the username box or the password box, right? And so the TTS system is used to announce things like that to the user. But like it's there for other applications to use, and so I use it in this chat overlay thing.
Interesting.
One of the things I used to do, I think transparently, in service of you, quote unquote, Steph, is when like I would read the chats out loud, but I would have to do like end back in a sense, right? Of like, as the chats come in, I queue them up in my mind because you're still talking about something, and I'm responding to your talk, and then I'll say, okay, and then here's the next thing that chat has talked about.
Yeah, and I guess like, what would the community norm be to do instead? To just ignore it? To just not have our own conversation, and you're just talking to the people? Like, what's the? Like, I don't understand what the alternative could possibly be.
Yeah, I'm still working on it. Like both in terms of figuring it out and like at the social norm level, and also how to implement it at like the technical level. So there is some struggling going on there.
I feel like when you have guests, reading chats aren't priority.
Yeah, we could also like quote unquote disable TTS when Steph is online, like every Thursday. Then that's another solution we can look at. One of the things I was trying to figure out how to do is implementing it at a technical level, what I was describing of queuing up chats. So like, I don't know if it would be like a button or something like that. Like ideally it would be AI that just understands how conversations work and does it automatically, right? But if I had a button that says like, like pause TTS while Steph and I talk, finish talking about Anglo-Saxons or whatever, then I click another button that says resume. Now you can like, now we can go process the next message.
The next 10 chats.
Yeah, or something like, but I don't know how to figure that, there's a lot, it's not purely technical. It's also design of like requirements gathering, right? Like what should the system do? And once you figure that out, okay, now what computer code do I type to make it do that? That's a secondary step.
Maybe you have to like release each one.
Yeah.
And like it doesn't play anything unless you tell it, okay, next. Okay, next one. Okay, next one.
Right. But this itself also has challenges because often games want to capture your keyboard and mouse so that it's not easy to go click on something else while you're in the middle of the game. So there's all sorts of technical challenges that I got to figure out, and I
need an assistant to do that.
Yeah, which is why I want it to be AI based, ideally. And I am looking at, like I said, this is all custom made. Like I recently, this is a good news, I guess. Like I recently got more energy. Stream Deck, yeah, that's a possibility. I recently got more energy in terms of depression, and I'm still like quote unquote not at work. So now I have energy to work on these technical projects, right? Like. And so I'm implementing TTS thing. I'm saying, okay, can I do something with like voice recognition where I can say like, continue the chat or pause the chat or whatever, so that I don't have to like click out of the game. But is that going to be awkward like if I constantly like say voice commands during stream? Yeah.
I think for me, on a meta level, it's easier for me to tolerate the frustration associated with constantly having to adjust to what our conversation style is going to be like each stream if you explain what you're trying to get to, and like what you just did now, I think is helpful in making me feel like, okay, this is not necessarily permanent. You also are struggling with it. You're aware of these things. I feel like a lot of times you just sort of expect me to know, and then you just sort of give me advice of like, just pause.
Yeah,
I think it's
so some of it, like, you know, when they said there's like all completely disparate causes and different solutions. So
Sure.
like last time,
Personally, for my streams, text to voice is something special that chat can spend points on, instead of it being something that is a constant.
yeah, and I do want to do
Oh.
that eventually. The thing is,
That's cool.
the reason I made it free and permanently on is because it wasn't working. So I needed lots of opportunities for text chats to activate so I could figure out why it wasn't working. Like if it only ever activated when people just spend channel points on it, then almost no one would ever spend channel points on it, and then I could never test it. But now it like, seems to be very reliable. Like Zenith, actually last time, you remember when we were playing that Portal game, where you and Yuki kept saying, "Oh, put the box at an angle." The whole time during that stream, text to speech was supposed to be working, but you noticed it wasn't working, right? And so I was gathering data in a sense in that during that period, right? I was trying to figure out, okay, you know, let them keep typing in chat so I can figure out why the heck is text to speech not working. But
I
like,
feel like you keep saying Texas speech,
yeah, Texas
like a
speech,
state.
so I can
Texas
figure out why
speech.
Texas speech isn't
Yo.
working. But now it seems to be working pretty reliably. Like I think I figured it out. So like because what would often happen before is text to speech would work for a while, maybe like 10 or 20 messages, and then it would stop.
Texas speech, y'all.
Yeah, it would
Yeah.
suddenly stop working, and I couldn't figure out
Yeah.
why. And it seems like the browser API. So I'm invoking an API to say, like, I tell the browser, here's the text I want you to read out loud, and the browser sets a flag to say, like, I am now speaking, and it's supposed to, when it's done speaking, it's supposed to set that back to false, you know, like no longer speaking. And so what I wrote code that says, like, when a new chat comes in, check if it's already speaking, and if it's already speaking, then wait, like, don't immediately, you know, so you don't have like lots of voices overlapping each other, because that would be crazy. But for some reason, the browser wasn't clearing the flag. Like, it would be finished talking, but it wouldn't say that it would be finished talking. So then all the speeches would like be waiting in queue forever
Oh.
because, you know, some message kept saying it was still speaking. So like, I was like, I don't know why that's happening, but what I'm going to do is I'm just going to put a timeout. Like, even if the browser says it's still speaking, if it's been over like 10 seconds, assume that it's finished speaking and just talk over it at that point. So I just did that yesterday, and it looks like it works now, because now, like, we've been talking for like almost an hour into the stream. Like, TTS has been active almost an hour in stream, and it's still active. So I guess that is a good fix for it. But yeah, this is, I guess, I feel awkward doing this, but I'm doing it because Steph said, like,
What up?
if I explain myself and the struggles I'm going through,
Oh,
that
see, I
helps
feel
her.
so much less awkward.
I'm feeling so awkward. I'm like,
I'm
why
like,
am
this is great.
why am I spending so much time talking about stuff that nobody cares about? And then, like,
Oh my god,
Already.
it's the most interesting part of our conversation so far.
Jesus, did we beat Palos already?
Yes, we won. We learned all 100 languages.
Yeah, we speak every language now. Ask us anything in any language and we will
You
reply.
didn't close off the bracket in your code.
Was it that? I mean, maybe. That's a possibility.
It's the first thing to check, right?
Okay, so this game is called Massacre at the Mirage.
I feel like it's spooky.
It's spooky. Let me set a category on Twitch. Let me read a little bit. I think, Steph, you want to know a little bit about the game, right? So I'll read a little.
I do, right?
Okay, let's
Just
read.
like I like to know what's coming up in
Yeah,
chat.
but like that's unusual to me, right? Like that's not natural to me. So that's why I'm checking before I do it.
shouldn't be unusual at this point.
I'm
Like, you should
checking
know that
so that
about
I
me
don't
at
do
this
it, and then
point.
you're like, oh, Neb is doing
Right.
his thing again, which I
Right.
don't like, and then and then I don't like it, and then so then
Right.
neither of us like it.
Right.
And For less than the price of a movie ticket, experience your very own horror-fueled slasher flick in Massacre at the Mirage. Step into the Mirage cinema and face a chilling nightmare where its staff and patrons must survive a mass killer's rampage.
Oh my god.
This is spookier than I thought it'd be. Wait, what? Is this not the game I'm thinking of?
I don't think this is the game you're thinking of.
BOO.
Boo. I thought this was like a lighthearted murder mystery at a movie theater, but now I'm not so sure. Wait, maybe this isn't the game. Hang on,
Doesn't sound lighthearted.
Let me check my notes here on my inner computer.
Yikes.
Is something happening? Because I'm not watching. I'm typing things on the inner.
It's lighthearted. Don't worry about it.
Okay, good. Here, let me show you this other thing that's because Steph likes seeing my struggles, I guess. Wait, it did not work?
Yeah.
Looks like a lot of chase scenes.
What the heck?
This game doesn't look very good either.
This is...
Frustrating.
This is an AI thing, which I give it a list of games. Here, let me show you the current plan file. Phalos, oops. Sorry. See the top screen, Phalos? Steph, language learning, deadline, hard collab, meaning I have to collab this with Steph as opposed to play alone. Scheduled date, now Apostle, solo Hades, and so on. So I put constraints, like for example here, text store simulator. You see this one here? Don't collab with Steph because she's not gonna like this game.
Yeah, don't do it. She's not gonna like it.
So I put all these constraints, right? When I have to, and then I tell the AI now what's the schedule? What games do I play on what days? And it's supposed to, but it's not working now.
Somehow it came up with this one.
Is it dash args? I put dash args. Maybe it's dash args. And well, so this is also new. I'm trying, like, it's experimental. I'm trying this new AI approach.
Yeah. I like it.
Phalos. Yeah. Okay. So this isn't what the Massacre of the Mirage is. I'm supposed to with Junsui instead. See here. Oh, you can't see my Mercatio.
Yeah.
Here. See Massacre of the Mirage with Junsui. For Steph, actually, it's Miss Rosen's one Wow-tastic is what we're supposed to play instead.
That sounds way better.
All right. Let's. I think
it's
that's a Switch.
Way more like a Steph game.
I think that's a Switch game. So let me get the Switch thing working. Miss Rosen Wow-tastic Marching Band. That's the name of the game, apparently.
If this was normal for anyone else, but in my middle school I actually took a computer science course where we programmed our own video games.
Good lord. That's amazing.
I don't think we did video games at my school. We did we did chess, I guess. We didn't make our whatever we wanted, but there was like, no, it wasn't chess, it was checkers.
I'm so old, we did logo.
The turtle?
We made a square.
Yeah.
It was just text adventures with ASCII art.
Still really cool. That's a very, 21st century of your school.
And it was on Mac laptops, which were very new at the time.
There's no such thing as a laptop when I was in school.
What?
In middle school. I know.
Okay, where's Miss? Here it is, Miss Rosen, Wow-tastic Marching Band. Oh, we have to update.
I'm trying to do a short little running sprint, so I apologize if I'm breathing hard.
I think we do have a, by the way, Steph, hotel game planned. Yeah, okay, so here, a hotel game. That's why I got confused. You see here? So here it's the Steph section. Phalos, Miss Rosen, Wowtastic, Santa Spotted, Trollcam, Yugo the non-game. You're gonna love that one, obviously. Penguin Helper, and then My Hotel. And maybe My Hotel is what I was thinking of. You know when I said like there's some sort of hotel / movie cinema game that you're managing or something like that, and then I was like, and then when I thought it was this game, and then when I saw the trailer, I'm like, wait, this doesn't look right.
Wait.
Okay, so Miss Rosen's Wow-tastic Marching Band. Apparently, it's a puzzle game.
Fantastic.
And I think it's probably gonna be like very quirky, maybe. Like,
okay.
You know, there was like, was it Cartoon Planet or something like that? Like, where they just did weird things. Like, there was a moment in the '90s, right, where there's this fashion.
Oh yeah.
Like this, as you can see.
Yeah. Yes. Yeah. Gotcha. Look at all those settings.
This is probably fine.
Like our library had the old Mac computers that look like this. HTTP.
Oh, guys, it's gonna read out the URL.
/images.app.glo.gl/4K7PJZX87Y6.
At least the voice is so cute.
Yeah.
Oops.
I'll let this play out if there's like a cutscene or something like that, and then we'll take a look at the image after the cutscene finishes.
Sounds good.
Wow, it's me, Miss Rosen! Okay, so it's paused, so I guess we can look at the image. Let's see here.
Jern.com/gayweed.
We're not opening whatever that link is. Here, these Macs.
Oh, yeah.
They made lots of color, like the orange, purple, like, so they call them candy shells or something like that?
Yeah,
I don't remember.
Right. When did those come out?
Whenever Zenith was in middle school, I guess.
Yeah.
I literally have this link saved on the first page of my phone.
Well, you can do whatever you want in your private life, Luijo, so... No kink shaming here. Wow, it's me, Miss Rosen!
Trust.
And if I'm here, oh my, that means we'll be having some fun!
It does look fun. I don't think that's appropriate for a teacher, though.
But
that outfit.
How much fun are we talking about, really? Is there any... She never claimed she was a teacher.
How much fun? Oh god, that's a good point.
Rosen could be...
Her first name is Ms.
I think it's on purpose, right? Like you know, when I talked about the '90s being weird, and I think there is a sense of unease and creepiness, and what's the word?
Don't trust.
Uncanny Valley.
Uncanny Valley, yep. Like Pee Wee Herman's Playhouse thing.
Yeah. This much fun.
Oh, what does she think she's showing us?
I think she's doing the thing, you know, where you spread your, like when you're a little kid and you spread your arm as wide as possible. But
her hands are pointed backwards.
Yeah.
See where you all lie.
That's not normal.
All of you.
Okay.
Well, I can say, like, when you're a kid, you, like, your estimates...
You're awkward. You're weird.
Well, your estimates of what leads to having the widest arm span is wrong, right? You, like, overextend, so you're actually decreasing the width now at that point.
Sure.
And that's what she's doing.
Or she's trying to tell us that we're going to have breast amount of fun.
And also, like, inflatable doll open mouth stereotype.
How much fun.
Alrighty, today's adventure brings us to a new and exciting destination. It's... Wait, hold on!
Oh.
She's twerking. Where are we exactly?
I wonder what this
Freaking me out, Miss Rosen.
Now.
Yeah.
This has to be the middle of nowhere. So, I wonder, like, there's people whose jobs is mocap artists, right? Like, you you like wear a special suit and you move away. Mocap stands for motion capture. You move and then
right, like
and
the
then
guy who played Smeagol.
Yeah.
And,
and then the computer records your movements because you're wearing a special suit, so it knows where all your limbs are and everything like that. And then it plays it back for cutscenes in video games. So I'm wondering, like, was this mocap?
Is
like,
a mocap artist?
Yeah, like I mean, like someone did all these movements, right? Like,
it does remind me, like sometimes you would be a camp counselor or whatever,
and you would do this sort of exaggerated gestures.
Well, somebody would, right? Like, what? Like, you'd be like, "Oh, I'm here to be a camp counselor," and somebody else would be like, "What?" Just be like, "Oh God, hope I'm not in her cabin."
We found nowhere, and this is the very middle. There's nothing fun here. But
Aww.
wait! Here comes our first guest. Is this us? Or is this just some rando? Hello there. What's your name? If it prompts for our name, then it's us, I guess. Oh. You can tell me. I'm a friend.
I'm not telling you anything, weirdo.
What are you playing? Are you supposed to be some cowboy desperado?
That's not even a thing.
Please talk to me. I'm befuddled. What's a little one like you doing all alone in the middle of nowhere?
Having fun.
Where are your parents?
I ate them.
You do have a family, yes? Roar. I'm a giant meat-eating dinosaur. Oh my, really? You don't
a yes?
scream dinosaur to me. Then how about now? Yep, that's more like it.
Not enough feathers.
Well, good. Look, he has all these proto feathers on him.
Cute
I mean, a couple of proto feathers, but I want more.
Well, that would just not be realistic, would it?
I think it would be.
We don't know how covered in proto feathers they were.
They had quill knobs all over their preserved skin. That means they were proto feathers.
That sounds like a dirty word.
Quill knob?
Yeah, don't call me that.
Frozen. I bet she knows that word.
And you know what? Like, here's the thing. So there's that meme, right? Where they have a bell curve and then they have like dumb people and then normal and then genius people. But like the joke is like the genius people and the dumb people both have the same belief, and the normal people have the opposite belief.
Oh, okay. All right.
I don't know if you're familiar with that meme.
I'm not, but I get the idea.
And so I get there's this thing where like dumb people think dinosaurs look like this, right? And then like normies are like, no, dinosaurs have feathers. And then geniuses are like, no, dinosaurs have proto feathers, so they basically look like this.
Exactly. It's like a little bit of down insulation.
Yeah.
Possibly color for signaling.
What?
And possibly like displays.
That bandana you wear makes for a surprisingly effective disguise. It gets the job done. Dear me, this is an incredible discovery. We found a living dinosaur. Hooray. But it's dangerous to be all alone in the forest, even for a dinosaur.
I still like this comparison.
All right.
https
Oh god, just reading the
URL.
See, we always trust the Zenith links, even though we never trust the Luigi links. Oops, that's not the right tab. Where did it open it? I gotta open it again? No, here it is. Okay.
Oh, yeah, I love those too.
So I'm an adjective now, is that it?
You're an adjective? Why?
When you...
Well, sorry, go ahead. Steph, I'm lost.
You compare like the skeleton of a penguin to what a penguin actually looks like, right? And we tend to take the skeletons of dinosaurs and draw them as if the animals had no fat underneath.
Oh,
whereas most animals did have quite a lot of fat. So if you take if you extrapolate from the penguin skeleton to the penguin, if you did that to the dinosaur would look like this big, like, walking banana slug, basically.
Yeah.
But we don't know how much fat they had because fat doesn't preserve.
Right. The Luigi-Lynx, I mean, that's just a proper noun possessive, right? Like saying Bob's hat. Like, Bob is not an adjective in that. Isn't that? I don't know if it technically works as an adjective when you do a possessive noun.
It works as an adjective when you make a noun possessive, yes.
Okay, then fine. You are the adjective, but then it's normal. Like, everyone is.
Congratulations.
Okaway English professor.
Did you know that I will always believe that Steph was an English professor?
That's true. You probably will always believe that.
Wait,
When
no,
in fact
it's
I was
not
never an
possessive
English
clause.
professor.
You didn't say Luigi's Lynx, just Luigi Lynx.
The Luigi-Lynx? The Shakespeare plays? As opposed to Shakespeare's plays? The Shakespeare plays. Is it an adjective?
Yeah, you can do that. The Shakespeare folios?
Yeah.
I think people do say the Shakespeare folios.
Yeah. But it's dangerous to be all alone in the forest, even for a dinosaur. Is it? Primeval
Apparently.
predators have parents too, yes?
Steph, that one's up to you. My small brain's tapping out.
I don't know.
Dino dance.
Where do you
Dino
live?
dancing.
I don't know. Have any friends? I don't know. Goodness, going nowhere fast.
I feel like she's going to invite us into the back of a van pretty
She has a
soon.
propeller, or not a propeller, a wind-up thingy. Which-
A wind-up toy thing, yeah.
But she doesn't have it in this angle. Like, I feel like it would not
Right.
cover it at this. Like, it's too big to be covered here, right? So,
It's retractable.
oh,
She
that makes
sucks
sense.
it back in when she doesn't need it. Yeah.
At least you must have a name. I don't know. Okay then. Don't know it is. Look at her
Oh,
pom-poms.
dad humor. They're also retractable.
Look, you have to be a good dancer and let me take you back to your parents.
Is he flossing?
I think he's doing the dawdling.
Dino dance?
No, like a lot of kids do this.
WTF is his doing?
You guys are acting like this is weird, but like I did this as a kid, right? You just sort of like stand there and you wiggle because you don't know, like you have like nervous energy in you, I guess, because you don't want to be
No,
here.
he was doing a thing where it looked like he was giving his butt a shoe shine with a
Looks like
towel.
pea dance.
Did you? Okay, maybe I missed that.
Yeah. Not what he's doing right now. He
Oh,
was doing
I thought you were talking
special
about what you're
thing.
doing right now. Okay.
No.
Please. I don't know.
Why is she covering her face?
Well,
Oh my god.
she's fainting.
What? What? Why?
You won't go home, and I can't leave you here all abandoned. This is a big problem. It is. Then I'll take you with me. Oh,
I'm
this
gonna
thing,
have
that's
to
what you're talking
ask
about.
this lady not to return.
This is the pedant. No, the
Yeah,
floss.
That thing. What is that?
Wait, what?
Unfortunate.
I'm a
That's
clock.
not even the right move you should be doing when she says, "I'm gonna take you with me."
Why not? This is what you do when someone says, "I'm going to take you with you," right? You
No,
do this
this
little
is not right.
floss
This
dance.
is- no, when they're like, "Do you want to get into my van?" You don't.
Then you start doing this
respond with,
movement, right? Like
"Wait, what?"
to indicate assent. She
Doesn't
exists in
seem
GIF
right.
emotes, yes. I'm a clockwork
Yeah.
Majorette escaped from her music box, and this is my TV show.
Okay.
Miss Rosen's Wow-tastic Marching Band, and the exclamation point after Wow-tastic.
Right. He's still doing that.
You have a TV show? Really? Yeah, because he's excited about the TV show and about getting
Yeah.
into our van.
Sure.
Yes, I visit fabulous lands to make new friends and help those in trouble. I feel like we're never going to actually get to the game. We're like going to get
Honestly,
stuck
this
on
game
every
has scared me as a kid.
line of dialogue. We're going to
Right,
stop and
sorry.
commentate on it, and then we're never actually going to get to the game.
Oh, let him dance and talk. It's fine.
That sounds fun. Why don't you become my co-host for an episode? See, and this is how Steph and I
Yeah.
started streaming on Twitch.
This is actually a reenactment of the first meeting.
Can I really? See, this is me. I'm Dono, and then
Which
Steph.
one are you? You're
I'm
Dono.
Dono,
Yeah,
and you're
yeah.
Miss Rosen. And I'm so excited that I get to
For
be
me to remember.
a co-host on your Twitch channel.
Yep. That's how I knew that her features were retractable.
Yes,
This is real life.
it'll be like a magical vacation. But after that, you'll return home to your parents and be a good boy. Okay, Miss Rosen, I promise. Then that means Dono has joined the party. Hooray. Now, before any vacation, magical or otherwise, we must pack our bags. Must we? Packing is where the fun begins. Oh god. And it's easy too. Just point to an object, hold
Doesn't sound like me.
the A button, okay, and drag it into your suitcase and then let go. You can also use the touchscreen if playing in handheld mode. Sounds simple. Just be aware that two objects can't occupy the same space at the same time. Ah, yes. The Pauli exclusion principle. Why not?
Right.
Because reasons. Well, that makes sense. Sure does. Now, let's give it a go. Point to an item and hold the A button. Yeah, I got it. How hard can it be? Oh, is there a time limit?
Yep, 55, 54.
Is that a camera?
Yes!
When things are lost, they exist in a state of statelessness, like Schrodinger's cat. It's our duty to save them from such a terrible fate. By packing our luggage? Yes! And it's not as simple as just chucking everything in. No. Sometimes you need to turn things one way or the other. Point to an item and press the A button to rotate it. Is that really all it takes? I say in excitement with my hips. You can even rotate an object you're already tracking by pressing any of the shoulder trigger thingies. That's super convenient. I know. Rotate with, yeah, okay. Oh god, this clarinet. And Dynamite? TSA is gonna love this.
Sure, sure.
And 6 eggs. Perfect. Just what we need. Wait, does eggs count as liquids?
Fantastic.
Like,
No, it's fantastic.
if you tried to bring eggs onto the plane,
Let me swab your palms.
would they be like, this is liquid, so you can't bring it?
I think if you put it in a little plastic baggie that was see-through,
Then they say,
each of
okay,
them
it's
is less
no
than
longer
an
liquid.
ounce. Right.
Let me swap your palms. You know, whenever I travel, which I haven't done in a long time, but like before COVID, I used to travel maybe every 2 years, something like that.
Yeah.
They would always pick me for random selection and swap my palms.
Yeah,
I'm like,
I
this
got
isn't
randomly
random.
selected a lot too.
Why? No, because like I see like there's 100 people in front of me. You know, they walk past all of them, then they pick me, and they're like, you're randomly selected.
And TNT. And a dozen eggs.
And then like I'm trying to figure, is it because of the way I'm dressed or something like that? You know, like I look like with torn clothes and like I'm a bum or something, and then
You
they're
do
like,
look dirty. They're like, that guy's got some
Time I
weird
used
chemicals on
hand
him.
sanitizer right beforehand, they would swab my palms.
I mean, I don't have drugs, I don't have bomb, I don't have anything, so I'm like, okay, fine, you know, do it, but it's just like it's weird that they always pick me.
Yeah.
That was great, but as you may have noticed, we've been packing some questionable items.
Profiling.
That's true. We have noticed.
Yeah, like you profiling, but I'm Asian, right? Like if I were like black or something, I'd be like, okay, yeah, obviously. But like, do they really profile Asians like for terrorism? It seems.
Maybe their dogs were alerting on you.
I didn't see any dogs around.
Yeah. That's how they want it.
Like the dynamite.
I
Normally,
watched a video today of a rat getting his retirement ceremony. He has, over his lifetime, detected over 3,000 cases of TB,
What's TB?
tuberculosis.
I heard like they have. Is it a bee or something like that can detect something? So they put a bee like. They like tape down the bee, but if it like gets agitated, that means there's something, and then.
Yep. Yep.
Normally you wouldn't pack something dangerous like that, but this is a magical vacation.
TB is scary.
Yeah, most diseases are scary, I feel like.
Yeah. The rat had a 89% accuracy rate.
Yeah, but what's base rate, huh?
And I was so surprised it's still so relevant.
These were people who had taken the test and tested negative. So, these were
So they were like,
people
let's
who
see what the
tested the
rat has
negative,
to
and then
say.
they were like, let's see what the rat has to say.
I want a second opinion.
Because it was like screening tests. Yes.
Like a ratatouille. You know, like the doctor has a little rat under his hat, pulling on his hair to control. Like he takes a little hammer and hits you on the knee.
Pouch rat.
And
Yeah.
TB. Most tests
They can also
might miss
detect.
latent.
Oh, yeah. Exactly. And these rats, the same species, can also be trained to detect landmines.
I also heard like there was a woman who was unusual because she could smell cancer. Like she could smell people.
Yeah!
And then
I think she smells Parkinson's.
oh, maybe that's it. Yeah.
Yeah, which is like bizarre because as far as we know, like tumors we know smell because rats and dogs can detect them at better than chance. But
Yeah.
we don't know why she was able to smell Parkinson's. Like when she first told scientists, they completely disbelieved
they
her.
didn't believe her,
because-
but then I guess somebody tested
Well,
it, right? It's like,
like,
okay,
yeah.
prove it. And then they give you a bunch of random people, and then she's like, yeah, this guy, and this woman has Parkinson's. And they're like, oh,
And they were
shit.
like, okay, well, you were
Yeah,
wrong about
like-
one of them, and then that person went on to develop Parkinson's.
Right.
About to say
And they were like,
there was
oh.
a pet dog that tried getting their human to the doctors.
Oh, right, because the dog could detect something, and then it was trying to alert the owner.
Yeah. Yeah.
Anything and everything is fair game. Well, that's where I'm going to use my hip dance. Well, that's a relief. Look, she's doing hip dance too.
The dance that he makes.
That said, you never know what could happen in life, so it's best to always save your game. Or that would be the
Good point.
case if it wasn't for the fact that this game auto saves your progress automatically. That sounds totally useful.
Look how much fun I'm having.
And now let's test everything you've learned so far. But I haven't really learned anything. That's how I felt when I played the last game.
Good point. That's a good point, Dono.
And now you'll have the chance to prove it. To prove that you haven't learned anything. It's so easy, even a
Right.
dinosaur could do it. Oh, yeah, TSA is gonna definitely love
Okay.
this.
Yep.
It's for historical value.
Right. Is this a apple frog? What is this?
This is like some sort
a
of Chinese dragon thing.
Okay. Oh, right.
See?
It's so easy. A dragon can do it.
No, a dinosaur could do it.
Oh,
See?
never mind.
Isn't packing totally awesome? Miss Rosen, I didn't know last minute chores could be so much fun. Steph loves chores in video games.
Yeah.
They sure
Love
can
them.
be, Dunno. And now, my friendsters, we're ready to embark on the most incredible adventure. But wait, what? We have a surprise guest! Hello, I'm a friendly
God.
forest ranger. I just picked up this uniform from like for $2 at the
I'm like super
donation
sweaty and I
bin
won't show you
of
my
a costume
hours.
shop. Of which $1.99 was for the glasses.
If he does the hip dance, I am out.
That's totally awesome.
Terrifying.
You really think so? Yes. Can you like transform into a giant space robot? Not that type of ranger. What Dance Willie do, yeah. That's a bummer. What can you do then? Many things, like when I find kids lost in the middle of nowhere, I return them to their parents. For reals? That's exactly what we need. Don't know. Why don't you accompany our friendly forest ranger, which we've just met 4 seconds ago? He can reunite you with your family. No. Why
Yeah,
not?
no.
You promised I'd co-host your show. Yeah. How can you forget, Miss Rosen? We can still do that with your parents' permission. Still no. If I surrender to the authorities, they'll attack me with guided missiles soon as they find out I'm a dinosaur. Haven't you seen
good
kaiju
logic.
monster movies?
Badge number, please.
No kidding.
But this is a friendly forest ranger. Look, you can just look at him
what
and
way?
tell that he's friendly. Just look at him.
Had that friendly beard.
Hold on, the kiddo here is a dinosaur? Yes. Roar. Well, I'm not impressed. Then how about
Have you seen my proto feathers?
now? Look how scared he is, the forest ranger.
I think that's his dance.
I'm
He's doing like
impressed.
the
I'm
DJ scratch
impressed.
thing.
Wait, can't we all be friends? How about
Yeah,
some ice
exactly.
cream? Ooh, I want ice cream. Monsters pose an imminent danger to human life. I must eliminate that danger. Is he gonna transform into a giant space robot? Don't do that. I have to. It's my duty. No. Help Dono before he gets the kaiju monster treatment. Battles are like regular puzzles, but with life and death consequences.
Wow.
Move and rotate all pieces
So, like,
until the
You
picture
have to
paints
pack your way out of this?
a favorable outcome. I can pack my way out of anything.
Fantastic.
What am I? Oh, wait, what? How do I make a favorable outcome? Like he's being defeated? Is this favorable?
I guess. Yeah, I think you
Oh,
have
the
to be
dinosaur,
like,
maybe?
yeah. Yeah.
Yes, it said. Dono's immense power is unleashed.
We've turned you into a murderer. Good job, kid. It's wow-tastic.
He blasted him with his lasers.
Yep.
I didn't know
Like
dinosaurs
dinosaurs
could
do.
do that. Normal dinosaurs can't. I learned watching Dino Ball Z. But our friendly forest ranger, will he be okay? He'll be fine. When has a giant laser ever killed anyone? Yes, you're right. Then I guess it's time to get this adventure started. Before the army fires missiles at
Adventure
us.
is never going to hurt.
Now, to travel the world, you don't need a plane or a boat or anything like that. All you need is the power of imagination. I'd rather take the plane. No! The power
this
of
kid.
imagination!
But for his dance.
You'll see next episode. Don't know the dinosaur has joined us, but what's he running from? Oh, the mystery! Let's help him find his way back home. See you all next time.
Oh, you're keeping him?
Oh my, is that green screen? Where could we be now?
Seems to be.
It's my magical TV studio. This is where the fun happens. But isn't this just a green screen? What? Hold on, technical difficulties. See, it's a magical world. But Miss Rosen,
I'm stuck doing this.
it's still just a projection on the screen. Perhaps, but if we use our imagination, then it's real. And now we are going places.
I think she doesn't understand what the word real means.
The fun's
Neither do
begin.
the word imagination.
Let's go, go, go. There's a Key and Peele sketch, right, where the reporter's interviewing a football player after a game that the team just won or something like that. And the football player is like, if you believe, you can do anything. And then it's like, yeah, it's like, you can absolutely do anything you want. You can fly. If you jump off a roof, you'll be able to fly if you believe. And then the reporter's like, he's being metaphorical. Like, he's like, no, I'm being literal. If you believe it, if you truly believe, just jump off the roof of your house and you will fly. What is going on here? What? Wow, it's me, Miss Rosen. Who would say a line like that?
Miss Rosenwood.
And if I'm here, oh my, that means we'll be having some fun. But how much
That's her
fun
catchphrase.
are we talking about, really? This much fun. See, the Dono's really getting into it too with his little hip dance.
Yeah, yeah.
All right, today's adventure brings us to a new and exciting destination. It's the most cosmopolitan metropolis of all, New York City. But is this really
What?
New York?
Why are they rats?
There are strange mice
Wait.
dressed in funny clothes. So yeah, kid, welcome to New York. That's because I hire mice extras to save on production costs.
They can also detect TB.
Still, something feels a little off. Well, if you don't believe me, I have a friend who can tell you all about it. Is it the Force
is it
Ranger?
The Force Ranger?
It's like a bikini
no.
Statue of Liberty.
With her baby dog?
Pug.
Liberty? Puffer jacket? Alright, cool.
Hello, I'm the Statue of Liberty, and yep, this sure looks like New York City to me. Well, I mean, if the Statue of Liberty says it, then it has to be true, right? Like,
Sweet true. Could you imagine?
yeah, see, if the Statue of Liberty says so, then it must be true. Like, this kid is literally
Some
me.
ice cream. Just walks up and she's like, well, I'm pretty sure it's New York.
Okay, gotta get to the beach and get a nice tan on my patina? Bye. What is that?
Cool.
And how's it pronounced?
Patina. It's like a when Hopper turns green.
Oh. Wow, we just met a celebrity. Don't know,
Sure.
ready to go back home now? But we just got here.
Right,
Right,
nice
right.
to meet.
Maybe we can welcome a few guests? Hello, my name is Mus Musculus. Hello, Mus. What can you tell us
Sounds like a
about
Latin joke.
New York City? Oh, it's big. It's big,
Statue of
alright.
Liberty lives here.
But is it this big? Oh, I don't know. That's pretty big. Okay, gotta go eat my cheese. Bye. Well then,
They're weird.
now that we know all about New York City, it's time to go home. But Miss Rosen, you said you travel the world helping those in trouble, and we haven't helped anyone. Right, let's see if we can have more guests. Bureaucrat? Hello, I'm an overworked bureaucrat.
I think you also just played the Statue of Liberty, but alright.
Okay, those, we're in luck. Stress-ridden office workers are always great fun.
Yay.
Well, our overworked bureaucrat, what can we do for you? Oh, I don't know. Maybe you could help me organize my desk? That sounds super fun!
Is
Does
it
it-
like hacking?
Really? Okay, if I were a bureaucrat and like a weird lady and then her kid came and it's like, we'll organize your desk for you, I'd be like, no, thank you. No, I'll pass on that offer. Thank you very much.
Okay.
The only way to find out is by finding out. Organize the bureaucrat's desk. All right. Maybe this will become the new thing. This is a globe. It is a globe. And then you need your telephone, your typewriter. Uh-oh. Why? How come the globe has to be like a specific spot or something? We might be in trouble. I'm down to 10 seconds, 20 seconds, and I can't get everything to fit. Steph, what do I do?
Turn it. I don't know.
Oh, we just barely made it. Oh, crap.
It has life or death consequences.
Well, that was something. That was something. And we have more guests coming. It's a cornucopia of guests. Hello, I'm the Big Apple.
Oh no.
What? I didn't know the Big Apple was an actual apple. Well, it is. Sweeties, can you help me organize my desk too? But
What's wrong with her mouth?
what could an apple possibly keep on its desk? I guess we'll find out. Now, concentrate. If you were an apple, what would you keep on your desk? Does any of this make any sense? This is a sewing machine? Oh, maybe it's an eye testing thing? Wait, there's no way this is gonna fit on the desk. There's like
Maybe
way
I have
too
to
much
figure
stuff.
out which one goes on there.
Like which item is an apple-ish item?
Yeah, yeah.
I don't even know what these things are.
Yeah, it's like a basket. There's some stuff on the other side too, right?
A teapot? Is that what they would keep on their desk?
Yeah.
There was a moment where it flickered in. Well, I hope that's the only thing that they want on their desk because there's no way anything else is gonna fit. I think we're gonna fail this mission. Nope. This is terrible, terrible disaster. There's no way all this stuff will fit. Maybe we just need to focus on a few key items. Now concentrate. If you were an apple, what would you keep on your desk? Oh, did I pick this so it wasn't a teapot?
I don't know. You can compress some things? Is that right?
It said you can press a button. Oh, is it apples?
Oh, those are some apples.
But if you were an apple, why would you keep apples on your desk? That'd be like a human keeping humans on their desk.
Yeah, you don't think she keeps some humans on her desk?
No, because she's an apple. She would keep apples on her desk.
I promise you, she keeps a human on her desk. No, Miss Rosen, not the Big Apple.
Oh. I don't know, I just leave it like usually when you do the level right, it just insta ends, but
Yeah.
it's not insta ending,
Right.
so I guess I didn't do it right, but I don't know what I'm supposed to do.
I guess the teapot fits on there somehow as well, but
No, it doesn't really, I feel like. Yeah, there's only room for one, because it's like a little student desk. Nope. So, okay, let's try to do the apples and the teapot somehow.
yeah.
Because everything else is like way, way, way too big. Put it at the very edge or something, I don't know. Or can I fit this here somehow and then... Yeah, this is ridiculous. Like, I can't get a teapot to fit, even just a teapot, like, less. Are we too dumb to do this puzzle?
Probably. I thought you could compress some items. That's not true?
Is there a way to see the instructions? I only know pick up and rotate. Oh, mime. Are we so dumb that they gave up on us?
Probably.
That's a mime, and you know what that means? What? We failed too much, and we're now given a chance to skip the current puzzle. Is that a thing mimes can do? Apparently, yes. Skip puzzle? No, I refuse. What if it's not even...
What causes the rotation?
Like me pressing a button.
Is it A?
Yeah, A is one way to do it. Shoulder
Is
buttons.
there something else on that chair? You know that chair that's like blue on the edge that has something weird in the
Blue on the
center of
edge?
it or
What?
something?
I see a
Now
red
it's
chair.
red.
Yeah.
Now it's orange.
Oh, this
Now
thing?
it's yellow.
This is This is a machine, like an abacus or something. It's one of the things that I could place if only I had more room.
Okay.
I think.
You don't think you fit some of the items together somehow or something? I don't know.
I can't believe that we're unable to solve this puzzle. This is no, I refuse. I gotta look up the solution online.
Okay.
There's no way.
What happened to Massacre at Mirage?
Steph, explain to Kiwi what happened to Massacre at Mirage.
There was a thing and some stuff, and the AI didn't work, so then we didn't play this one, and we played the other one. Massacre at the Mirage was like a horror game that accidentally got on the Play with Steph list, even though she hates horror games. So we massacred it. Which we are also doing with this game.
We're looking at the solution for this puzzle because we can't solve it. Because we're too
We
down.
don't know how to pack very well.
Okay.
Here it is. I don't think we saw this scene though. Yeah, see, this guy can't solve it either. Look at him struggle. What an idiot. What a fool. What? I'm looking forward to the part where we watch a video and what he does is he skips the puzzle, right? Wait, did he do it? You gotta put it on the... Ah! You gotta put it on the seat. You see that, Steph?
Mm-hmm. Put it on the seat.
Why didn't you tell me to do that?
Put it on the seat?
Yeah, why didn't you tell me to do
Why
that?
didn't you just do it?
Why
didn't you just do it?
Why didn't you tell
Why
me?
do you need me to tell you everything?
Because
Like,
you're...
Look how much fun we're having.
No, I don't skip the puzzle. Like, it doesn't... There's
sure
so
this
much
is-
room here and it doesn't accept it, like...
Right.
Why isn't it accepting?
We're helping the Big Apple organize the Big Apple's desk.
Which means putting things on her chair also, apparently.
Right. Yeah. This was very helpful of us.
We're on a roll. Can't stop now. Well, let's welcome our next guest. Empire State Building. Hello, I'm the Empire State Building.
Seems
Hello.
legit.
Empire State Building, how can we help you? I've lost my car keys. What? How'd you even fit in the car? I drive a convertible. Well, that makes sense. Losing your car keys is a big problem. Where did you see them last? Maybe
Finally,
on my
she asks a
desk?
reasonable question.
But my desk is a total mess. How
Oh,
bad
like
can it
reverse
be?
packing.
Oh, you have no idea. Then our mission is clear. Organize more desks, please say yes. Well, yes! Find the missing car keys. How hard can it be? Do I have to, like, make things be okay, or can I just find the key? There we go. Wow, we just had a whole lot of fun. We did! How about it, Dunno? Ready to go home now? But you promised I'd co-host your show for a full season. Wait, what? A full season? Wasn't it a single episode? No, you said a full season. Dear me, that's a lot of episodes. Alrighty then. If I said so, I said so. Hold on to your trombones. See you all in the next episode. New York City. That sure was a destination. And it
There
seems
was a destination.
it seems we'll have Dunno for a whole season. Oh my, is this what people call a story arc?
No.
Oh.
Not what people call a story arc.
We have a special guest in the studio. Stella Maris? Hello, I'm Stella Maris, the Magilicious cheerleader, and I have a new series coming soon to a screen near you. Wait, what? I'm all for promoting new TV shows. Tell us more. My show is about bringing joy to the whole world, one cheer at a time. And how do you do that? There are so many ways. For example, with ice cream. Wow.
How
And
does
it's my
ice cream bring joy to the
favorite.
world one cheer at a time? How?
What about you, our prehistoric friend? Can dinosaurs eat ice cream? Yes, but we eat it complete with delivery truck driver and all. That's no problem. Incredible! An entire ice cream truck for Dono to eat.
Jesus, this is going to be the second person this kid has murdered.
Wow, awesome! This has been totally great. Maybe we can do another collab in the future. Sure thing. Drop by my show anytime. Bye. Oh my, I wonder if these seemingly random events will become vitally crucial by the end of the game. Well, will they? I don't know.
No, I'm to know.
Who's on first?
Yeah. Bella Mara.
Maybe we have time for one more episode.
Say again?
Maybe we have time for one more episode,
Alright.
because this is the second episode.
Definitely want to pack some more things.
Look, they're in Tokyo. Wow, it's me, Miss Rosen. And if I'm here, oh my, that means we'll be having some fun. But how much fun are we talking about, really? This much fun. Alrighty, today's adventure brings us to a new and exciting destination. It's Paris, the city of love. But is this really Paris? I didn't know there were so many Eiffel Towers. Well, Paris has the greatest concentration of Eiffel Towers in the world. So that's how it
No,
is.
that's not true. Paris, Texas has two of them, a small one and a big one.
And here comes our first guest. Wait, no, it's
This guy.
hello there. I'm Cosette, the Majorette General. Oh my, that can only mean it's time for a knowledge nugget.
Oh my god.
Today, we'll answer a very important question. Where do babies come from?
Jesus.
Wait, is that a subject we're allowed to cover? Well, somebody has to.
Did they come from the Statue of Liberty? Because she had one.
Guess you're right. Oh me, to put an end to the mystery where babies come from. Paris! Parisian babies, that is. Other babies come from other places. Oh,
She looks even more sex doll than our host.
I
That's
guess
freaky.
that makes sense. I think it's her eyes.
Yeah.
Now, let's put everything we've learned to the test. But we haven't learned anything. Right, let's do a math puzzle instead. Roll a 15. It's just a matter of doing your maths. Roll a
In what
15.
way?
Like with this dice. Oops. Well, our friend Cosette really is something. She is something.
Is she?
Now, let's see. Any more guess? Anyone?
Is that something, a sex doll? Oh my god, look how much he looks like a sex doll.
Hello, my name is Cook, and I run a restaurant. That's nominative determinism for you. That's like, wow.
What is this?
Hey, Sai, this is Miss Rosen's Wowtastic Marching Band. I think it's the name of the game.
With an exclamation point.
After Wowtastic.
But not where you think. Yeah.
I'm hungry. Have any raw Triceratops? Nah, been out of Triceratops for 65 million years.
Okay.
Bummer. Not that it would have mattered anyway. I'm a cook who's lost his smile. That's a problem. Where did you see it last? It was right here on my face. That's where smiles usually are. And it's no more ever since... My favorite TV show disappeared
I'm a bit concerned.
from Streamflix. Yeah, we are all concerned. Look at the way the kid dances, for example. This is how he shows excitement.
Freaky. Inappropriate.
Also, Miss Rosen.
Also, he's murdered 2 people.
Yeah, there's that. And also, Miss Rosen allegedly took him to New York City. But the kid said, like, this doesn't look like...
Yes.
This... this doesn't look like New York City. And then Rosen was like, well, let's just ask the Statue of Liberty. And then this woman
Liberty,
showed
yeah.
up. She's like, hi, I'm the Statue of Liberty. And this sure looks like New York to me. And then it's like, okay, well, if the Statue of Liberty says it, it must be true.
And then they interviewed a rat.
Yeah. Well, I mean, that was probably the most convincing evidence that it was New York City, yeah. Of everything we saw, but... Oh no, when that happens, it's the worst. Have you tried other streaming platforms? I've got no time. Have a restaurant to run. No probs. Dono and I... Dono's the name of the kid, by the way. Dono and I will hold the fort for a bit. Can you even cook?
I want to leave, but I can't pull my eyes away.
With the power of imagination, perhaps
You can
he's...
do anything.
Well, that sounds reasonable enough to me. And you haven't tried my nutting burger yet. Miss Rosen, this will be a lot of fun. It sure will be, Dono. What are you waiting for? Get cooking. Okay, well, you gotta have a banana or an apple, I guess, in your meal. And then maybe a banana. And then...
I think this is an all-fruit meal.
Oh, I can't rotate this? Oh wait, I can. Okay. Come on. What the heck?
You only have 30 more seconds. Oh, that's like a dragon fruit?
Yeah.
I thought it was going to be a pear.
See? We made something. But was it what people ordered? Don't know. You can't limit yourself to simply following orders. No.
Yeah. That's not how restaurants work.
And if anyone complains, give them pie in the face. Well, I'm back. Turns out my favorite show is completely gone from all streaming services. That's why we dinosaurs still rely on dinosaur media. Hold on, that's the answer. If streaming is no
This
good...
on the Switch too.
Answer to what?
I'm playing it on the Switch, yeah. Sigh. If streaming is no good, go to a retro shop and buy physical. Well, that's an idea. You take...
Physical what?
Like physical media, like a DVD or something, or Blu-ray. Can you take care of the business for a little longer? Does that mean we get to do more cooking? Look how happy the T-Rex is. If not us, who? You know the
I
drill.
do like the realistic inner mouth.
Of the T-Rex?
Like
Or
that
of
looks
Miss
like it
Rosen.
would have. I mean both, but that T-Rex mouth looks like it would definitely have some bacteria that would Komodo dragon style F you up, doesn't it?
100% expected this to be an itch.io game.
It probably is. You know the drill. Cook up something. I don't like it's clearly not touching, but the game says, oh, it is touching. It's like trying to feed an autistic kid. They're not touching, I promise. Look at the outline, they're not touching. Alright. So what if we put
Maybe you have
this
to
over
put
here?
dessert up at the top.
Please redeem this for Yola.
Sai, I'm after being double VIP, I'm totally broke. There's no way I can ever. No, we're gonna fail because I can't make the food not touch. No.
Wow, that was embarrassing.
Now the kid's gonna throw a tantrum. This is the biggest culinary failure. Well, people need antacid? Yes, the lucky ones. Oh no.
What?
Because the other ones will have a fate worse than acid reflux, I guess. You know the drill.
What is a fate worse than acid reflux?
Death, maybe?
So your choices are acid reflux or death.
Yeah, it's like what's like
Cake or
Eddie
death?
Izzard?
Yeah. Tea and cake or death. Cake, please.
We're out of cake.
We only brought the one piece. We didn't expect there would be such a rush.
Wait, I can't move this? What the heck? Oh, there we go. Yeah, there's no way, like, you... What the heck? What do you have... Because this guy... Oh, maybe.
It's a bad craftsman who blames his tools.
Easy for babies. I went looking for DVDs and VHS tapes and even laser discs. And there were none. What? My favorite shows disappeared from absolutely everywhere as if it never existed. That's exactly what happened to us dinosaurs when the meteor hit. We lost our Blu-rays.
same.
They melted. Whichever the case, there's only one course of action for our distressed cook to follow. Stop moping around and fulfill my obligations. No, what you need is a new favorite show. How about Miss Rosen's Wowtastic Marching Band? I'll loan you a few tapes. Fine, I'll give it a go, but I have very discerning tastes.
Not very good.
Okay, then we gotta keep our restaurant afloat for a little bit longer. Time to prepare the ultimate fast food combo. A combo? Does it come with a toy? I went to our fast food restaurant in real life, and
Okay.
I said I want number 2, like, you know, the Big Mac or whatever it is, like there's a menu behind them. I said I want number 2, but I want a combo. And the guy was like, what do you mean a combo? I was like, you know, like with fries and the drink. He says, oh, okay. And he answers, I was like, well, what do you call it? And he says, you call it a meal, like when you want number 2 as a meal.
Oh, wow.
And like, okay, I've never heard that before. And I was like, is this an American thing versus Canada? Because in Canada, we call it a combo. Wait, no, wait, it was a trio. That's what we call it.
Oh, yeah, we don't have a trio.
Yeah, so probably that's why he was good. I said, like, I want a
makes
trio.
more
And he's like,
sense.
what? It's like a trio.
Wow, he couldn't, he couldn't parse combo.
Trio, I
Yeah,
guess.
we don't
Yeah,
say
because
trio.
because the burger, the fries, and the drink. That's the trio. That's what we call it in Canada.
Combo or meal would work.
It
I
has
like
to.
that you gave the cook in this thing. I like that you gave him like an old-timey cartoon hangdog.
Well, look at his
I know.
posture.
It's perfect. It's perfect.
That's the most
was an
important ingredient.
excellent acting choice.
Well, it's combo time. Actually, if you rewatch the VOD, I did not give him that at first because I didn't realize that he was sad. Like at first,
Yeah.
and so it was only after a while I was
but
like,
then
oh, he's
you-
sad, and I switched.
Yeah, you grew into the character.
I'll have 2 number 9s,
It's trio
a number
time.
9 large, a number 6 with extra dip, a number 7, 2 number 45s, 1 with cheese, and a large soda.
A good order.
Where
Solid.
the heck would the fries even fit? It's like too large for anything. Oh, maybe it fits on the plate. Don't tell Yola this when you redeem with your points for her to play this. But both Miss Rosen, who's you can see now on the left, and there was a different character like Cosette, I think was her name. Steph and I, we both think they look like sex dolls, like with their vacant expressions and open mouth,
100%.
like permanently open mouth. But don't tell Yola that when you redeem it. It was fantastic. And not only that, I watched Miss Rosen's show and
I'm not a fan.
it's the goatest show ever. Yay. Miss Rosen.
What's Spanish for goat?
Cupa Cabra.
Just cabra.
Cupra is the definite article, right? Cupra Cabra.
No.
Miss Rosen, you have more fans every day. I know. But still, the complete disappearance of a TV show from everywhere. This feels like there might be an evil force at play. Really? That'd be kind of cool. She's into it. Look at his hip movement. Like a big baddie we have to fight or something. Maybe, but don't get your hopes up just yet. For now, it's only a suspicion. Dono, quick, we've got work to do. We helped the cook regain his smile, and that has to count for something. Hopefully, we didn't tank his business in the process. Dono, we're here to visit a fellow majorette. Oh, maybe these are you're gonna see in our sex doll. Sigh. Majorettes for the win. I mean, yeah, wow. Kind of.
Dominatrix majorette.
Yeah. Hello, my name is Ren, and I exchange experience points for new abilities. What? I didn't know we were earning experience points. The experience points are life itself. Now, Ren, have you prepared the items I asked for? Most certainly. Here you go. Miss Rosen has obtained a super sensor. With this attachment, her intuition has been mega enhanced.
Yeah, she's definitely a sex doll.
Thanks much, Ren. Next time, I'll be able to sense if anything nefarious is afoot. Very well. Come back for all your skill unlocking needs. Can I get high-speed regeneration and time-stopping superpowers? Negative. Those abilities are not present in your skill tree. My skill tree is a mere shrub.
May I ask a question about this game?
You may. But only one.
Okay. Why?
Why what?
Yes.
Too bad you can't clarify because that was your one question. Wait, here. Wait, where's my hand? See, side. Oh no, she's gone. I was gonna point. Like there's where Cosette, was it that her name? I can't remember. There was Cosette.
Yeah.
I feel like this is a new episode, so I guess we stop here.
I think that's reasonable.
Yeah, see, there's no compressor or whatever it is. These are... Wait, autoplay? You can just make it play the puzzle for you? Alright.
It's too much of a challenge.
Look at how excited she is to ride this pole.
That's disturbing. I'm disturbed.
Alright, let's get the cat parade. Where is it? Ending screen. Interact. Play. Oh! I want to show you Steph one more thing, but I don't know if it's going to show doxing stuff. Let's see. Show the dating. I'll show Steph after stream because I'm afraid it's gonna dox me, Steph. So I'll do the ending. Stay on the line, Steph. I'll do the ending thing, and then after we end the stream, I'll show you what I wanted to show you. Right. So interact, play, cat parade. Thank you everyone for tuning in. So we played 2 games today. We played Phallos, which was a language learning game where we learned names of animals.
Is going to get this game.
It sounds like it was the more inappropriate game.
Phallos was more inappropriate? Oh, because it sounds like phallus, maybe?
It sounds like it would have been the more inappropriate game, but it wasn't.
Because it sounds like the word phallus, I guess.
Yes.
Sai, a 3-year-old core memory. Yeah, I mean, this is going to be a core memory for me now that I played it in this game. My regular we played 2 games. Phallos was the first one, which is a language learning game, and then Miss Rosen's Wow-tastic Marching Band was the second one, which is like a sort of puzzle game, but just like it's not a hard puzzles. The controls are finicky and it's just weird. I think it's mainly for you're playing it for the novelty of the quirky story more than the puzzles. My regular schedule is top of the corner screen every Thursday, 7:30 p.m. Pacific. That's about 2.5 hours ago in your time zone. We have the Steph's Thursday stream where we play puzzle games, and object games, that sort of stuff. With my co-host Stephanie. Every Saturday at 6 p.m. Pacific. That's about 4 hours ago in your time zone. We have the Solo Saturday stream where we play a random game from our review queue. We got the Discord. Join the Discord for updates to the schedule and any announcements for off-schedule streams. And yeah, I think we have we have a stream every day this week. So today's Thursday, tomorrow, Friday at 6 p.m. we're going to be playing Nano Aposto, and then Saturday 6 p.m. we're going to be playing Signy is the scheduled games. So look forward to that. And I think that's it. So yeah, so thanks again everyone for tuning in. I'll let you guys enjoy the rest of Cap Raid while I look for someone to raid.
Good night, everyone.
Oh my god, hello Nabu! Hi, hi, hi. How are you?
I'm disabling. Who should I disable?
Probably Foxy.
Freddy. Foxy.
Aw, thank you, Nabu! My birthday's tomorrow, but I'm so excited. Thank you, thank you. Dude, Foxy's losing his fucking mind right now. I can fix him. With my vagina. My soft, warm breath.